on. B-Train. Brandon.
Oh,
boy.
Should I have waited for the introduction? I'm really good at this.
I've been trying to get him out. I've known you a minute.
Yeah, 2 years now.
Yeah, we rolled jiu-jitsu together.
Yep.
Worked at 2 different bars together now.
Yep. I've had both your nipples in my mouth.
On different occasions.
Yeah, separate occasions. It was very sensual experiences. If you haven't had this man's nipples in your mouth, I highly recommend
Best
it.
nipples.
Hit me up, $9.99 a month, subscription service to Joe's Nipples.
Or 10 easy payments.
Ooh.
But that's a little more expensive than...
Yeah. What is this, fucking zoo books?
You get the color on my back.
Ooh.
With anything but your hands.
I was about to say, I've made splatter art there before.
Brandon he's got a thing with, he weighs kegs, for starters.
Yeah, it's, so it's a startup. It's called Extra Sensory Partnership. It's ESP for short. And, we sell you the ability to, just, whatever data you need to collect on whatever project you're doing. So some of the applications we have right now, we've got a volumetric keg scale, which at least, just from the ground up, it's different. So, backing up, a lot of people like to use flow sensors when they're measuring their beer, and, shit sucks. Doesn't really account for foam, doesn't really account for anything, and it doesn't do it in real time, so you can't log it, see what your sales were, etc., etc. It just tells you how many beers you should have, and you worked in bars, you never have as many beers as you should.
Of course not. And then shaking the keg to see how much is never an act.
Fuck all that.
A third, maybe?
Hey, let's pay like 5 dudes $10 an hour for 5 hours just coming here to shake kegs. Fuck that. I'll sell you a little scale. You can put your keg on it and just...
Easy money, great workout.
Dude, this is the best shape I've ever been in my life. Fucking keg arms.
To elaborate on that, we worked at this place called the Raleigh Beer Garden. How many kegs you figure in the keg room?
Oh, dude, local had... Are we counting just taps or how many?
Keg. How many taps on the bottom?
It was 190. It was 130 something, and then we'd normally have a keg for every tap backed up, and then all the other shit. So like, I don't know. I did the math once in one weekend. I realized I'm moving like 10,000 pounds of beer by hand in a weekend.
And that's just one, because we had another keg room upstairs that had 220 taps.
Yeah, even bigger than
with
that.
Backups. Oh, both of us were just stacked. Our backs were made of steel. So him and his buddies got together and have a system that weighs beer. Which, I've been meaning to ask you about this. Have you ever thinking about doing like a small scale? Like a little pad?
Yeah, for liquor bottles.
No, well, not that. But like when you're at the bar, you put your beer on it and you can see how much you've drank of it. Just for shits and giggles.
Yeah, that would be...
It would sell because people buy worthless shit.
Yeah, it really would. And it just, the thought of that makes me a little sad. Because like sitting here trying to bust my ass to make something that I'll actually like... And it's Finn's doing the one busting his ass. Like, I bust my ass by making it look like I'm doing something that's worth Finn's time while he's sitting here engineering. And he's like, yeah, man, like, I did this, that, and this. All of it genius-level roboticry. Just call me Tony Stark. And it's like, all right, cool.
The Iron Man of kegs.
Yeah, fucking A. It's like, yeah, I talked to some people about stuff. Yeah, it's going great. So, VP of soft power and everything is the actual position holding the company.
How'd you start doing that? You're just like... One day you're drinking beer or some shit, or?
Yeah, we were just stoned as fuck. I don't know. I was dating this girl that I was trying to impress. Be like, I'm not just a stoner. I cook. I
cook too.
I have ambitions and shit. So just one day we were just sitting there, and it's.
Was this a real girl?
Huh?
Like a real girl?
Yeah,
Not a blow-up one?
No, not a blow-up.
They're the easiest.
No, those are the ones that always break my heart, man. I'm done with the blow-up girls. Like, every time,
full helium, they're gone.
Well, and it's not only that, but it's like, it's just really annoying. Every time I've ever had a blow-up girlfriend, like, my fucking roommates will just, like, she'll cheat on me with my roommates. There's nothing worse than...
That's not me.
Why is your mouth whiter? Fucking...
Brennan and I clicked fucking almost instantly when we met. I mean...
Have we mentioned that I had your nipple in my mouth on the
podcast?
Twice. Oh, fuck.
On different occasions, both nipples.
Yeah, it's like there's no better way to meet your coworkers than to do a body shot off of them in the parking lot 5 minutes before you clock in.
For a 12-hour
on your
shift.
Second day.
God, those shifts were so long.
Yeah, they really...
So, Brandon is actually the one that got me. Oh, check this out. Shout out to Hamid.
Oh, fuck yeah.
With the Jiu-Jitsu lab.
Oh, yeah.
This guy was Hamid Sanders.
Yeah, boss man.
Super.
Sorry, I haven't, you know.
Got a lot of love and respect for him. Great coach. One of the best coaches.
Ever tell you how I met Hamid?
No.
Yeah, the night I met Hamid, and he might kill me for telling him this,
Oh,
but
no.
he probably doesn't even remember this. The night I met Hamid, like, we just, like, sat down, hung out, like, for the first time. We're at this bar that I used to work at. And there was this super hot girl, way out of my league, comes in, sitting at the bar, and we're talking, and this is, like, huge. I'm like, holy shit, like, yeah.
She's
like,
talking to me.
She's talking to me, and not just, like, you know, it's not us both talking at the same time and me thinking we're having a connection, and then later when the cops are taking me outside, they're like, why didn't you fucking just leave when she told you to?
The first 5 times she asked you to leave.
I don't understand body language. I'm on the spectrum. But yeah, no, so the first time I ever met Hamid, you know, so we're chilling. I'm like just doing everything I can to not look like a total idiot in front of him and this girl, and just like bouncing back and forth, hanging out with Hamid, you know, and all that stuff. And then like later I'm talking to this girl, and Hamid gets up to leave, and this girl's drinking a beer, like full fucking beer. Starts drinking it, and Hamid's just walking by, this giant fucking 6'4" ass, tiny little girl, and he just like looks at her and he picks his fingers up to the bottom of her pint glass and just holds it up while she's chugging it, and like pissed the girl off so much. And she looks at me and she's like, why didn't you do anything? And I'm like, there's nothing I can do against him. Like,
you know, he tapped me like 5 times in a minute.
I remember the first day you showed up to roll.
He rolled me around.
Yeah. God, yeah, it was funny, dude.
He's a badass, dude.
He really is. You know, he so a month after I started training jiu-jitsu with him, this is like 6 weeks after the pouring the beer all over this poor girl. A month after I started training jiu-jitsu with him, Hamid has a fucking heart attack.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's right. I remember him saying that.
And not just like, oh, he had a heart attack. So he's training at Triangle Jiu-Jitsu, and he's rolling with some monster. And he starts, like, having, like, chest pains. He's like, oh, man, I'm having some, like, really hard, like, bad heartburn. So I'm like, this sucks. And so he taps,
he's like, it's heartburn.
yeah. So he taps that monster, and then he taps Eric, and then he's rolling against Mary, and he taps Mary also. And so it's been, like, 30 minutes or something like this of him just, like, yeah, my chest kind of hurts, but, like, tap, tap, tap him, tap him, just working his way through the fucking... And then at the end of it, he's like, yeah, my chest still kind of hurts. And everybody's like, no, you're going to the fucking doctor.
No shit.
Gets to the doctor, dude, and they're like, holy fuck, you're lucky to be alive. Like, what were you doing? He's like, oh, I was just, you know, rolling jiu-jitsu. But one of the veins, like, and he didn't have just, like, a normal heart attack. The dude's, like, healthy as a fucking ox.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like...
Even today.
Like, Billy Bates would look at him and be like... Or Billy Banks would be like, damn, all right, shit. And so this motherfucker actually had, like, a vein pop off of his heart. Just pumping blood into his chest cavity. The muscle that keeps the blood going to all of his other muscles is like dying because it's not getting the blood that it needs, and he's just tapping the toughest motherfuckers that you've ever met.
Bro,
in your
I've
life.
never heard this.
Yeah, no, that's how he fucking got.
I
his
remember
heart
him
attack.
telling me that he tapped someone while having a heart attack. I didn't know it was
Dude,
like that.
it was, my understanding is it was 3 fucking people. Like, he was having a heart attack for, like, the better part of 30 minutes, just rolling against killers. I don't have time to die. Just fucking,
Yo, I feel like I'm a badass.
no.
Until I hear some-
Nobody. Compared to him, like, maybe Eric, and, like, you know, Eric got, like, shot twice, used to jump out of airplanes and that kind of shit. But, like, no, it's like, I used to think I was a badass, too, and then I rolled in there.
Until
It's
you roll
like,
jiu-jitsu,
yeah, and then it's like, oh, I'm...
That's
man.
a very humbling thing.
Yeah, a kitten could kick my ass. A kitten, like, yeah.
Yeah, I love jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, it was
super
definitely
cool.
the best thing I ever decided to do in my life, and the
Oh,
worst
yeah.
decision I ever made was falling out of it. So
Yeah, I mean, it happens. Life gets in the way of shit.
before the next time you have me on here, we're going to roll again.
Yes, yes. I'm over at Gracie now, actually. I like it. This guy named Brandon's one of the head coaches there. He's super cool. He used to fight in the UFC.
Nice.
I mean, the most. You know, it's crazy. People think people that fight, they actually, if you train more than a couple years, you get this air about, maybe not air, but you get like this aura about you that like you don't have to be a tough guy anymore.
No, dude, not
It's
at all.
just like, I mean, I've walked away from more fights after I've started training, knowing that I can absolutely fuck this random drunk guy up.
Right,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
You got nothing to prove. Like, when you're rolling against killers all the time, and it's like you're proud of just surviving. Like, the idea of like,
I didn't tap in 5 minutes. You know.
Oh yeah, that's a good day. And then,
round 2, I'm like, God no.
Yeah, and then fucking screaming little micro dick at the bar has something to prove, and it's like, bro, like you really have something to prove. Like, hit the mats with me. Otherwise, like, just like I don't have time for this. You know how much fucking yeah, especially that. And like after I started training, I'm still a young, stupid kid and worked like bar security and stuff like that, thinking I'm a badass. And every single time I got into a thing, I tell Hamid about it because I think I'm so cool. It's like, oh, I used jiu-jitsu in real life. He'd punish me. Be like, all right, let's
punish me.
Fucking shrimp for an hour, and then I'm gonna kick your ass for a 30-minute roll.
Yeah,
those were the best, man. Like, I didn't believe in God until I rolled 30 minutes against Hamid, and then I was like, oh fuck, he just spared me. All right,
he spared me. I rolled last week against this high white belt, and I mean, I'm not great or anything.
Wait, was the white belt high or?
Oh god, I wish he was high. Maybe I would have stood a chance. No, he's been doing it on and off for a while. He used to wrestle back in high school, and like, it's crazy because once you get to like a point, once you're over like 6 months in jiu-jitsu, you stop getting so squirmy.
Yeah.
You stop panicking so much, and you're like, what is he doing, and why is he doing it?
Yeah.
Why is he pulling my arm this way? And then like you try to pull back, and he yanks it back. You're like, oh, he's going for an arm bar. He's trying to gift wrap me.
I mean, it's like learning a different language, and then it's like, I tell you what, and I mean, he's probably going to kill me for this if he sees it, but the best.
Oh, he's definitely going to see it.
Oh, the best role I ever had in my life. Jesus, I feel like a fucking poser. It's been like a year since I hit the mats, and here I am. And, hey, let's talk about jiu-jitsu for a podcast. No, the best role I ever had in my life was rolling against Eric. You rolled with Eric, right? Yeah. And
very technical.
I was still tripping my face off on acid.
God.
I'd
choke me more.
Yeah, I'd redosed even like just like 6 hours before training started. So like I'd peaked and everything, but I was still like in the waves and rolling against Eric. Like I did like a lot better than I feel like I normally did in rolls because it was just. There's just something like, I guess, okay, this is going to sound like way hippy-dippy, fucking, pistols and shit. But, like, if jiu-jitsu is the gentle art, and if it's about, it's about redirecting energy, and tripping acid is about experiencing energy, actually just being open to it, broadening the spectrum, if you will, of what you can see. It's like being able to see UV and infrared in addition to the visual spectrum. And Eric's always described to me the metaphor for jiu-jitsu, and I've always it took it to real life, and it helped. Like the idea of like going down the hallway, and in real life or in jiu-jitsu or just it applies to anything. Yeah. The idea of when you're going down the hallway, the less experienced you are, the less you can see in that hallway. But the more you know, the more doors you can start to see on either side. You can see more down the hallway. You can see where those doors start to lead and all that stuff. And while I was tripping and rolling and all that stuff, it was it was very much like the Heisenberg uncertainty principle. You can know how fast, like where an electron is going or how fast it's moving, but you can't know where it is and how fast it's moving. Yeah, it was kind of like that. So it's like I couldn't during the roll, trying to put it together sequentially, like, oh, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. Fucking couldn't tell you. Like it was almost like I had no active awareness, but everything was just kind of going based off, and it was so cool. And I guess maybe it was because at the time, like, I'd been training like for a while, like I'd been like in it and I knew what I was doing, kind of thing. And it was just in those brief moments, it was kind of like a strobe light of awareness of, it would be like just this fluid blur, and then the next thing you know, it's like, oh yeah, I need to escape mount because he's about to jump up into half guard and half mount and all that stuff. And it was just like in that moment, just having like lightning flashes of just, this is what I know and where I can go, and this is what I know Eric knows that I need to avoid because I don't know what to do if he does it.
Once I'm here, like, I don't know. Like,
But in that moment, it was just like,
once you pass guard, it's like, what now?
Yeah, fucking passing
guard. Like all you know is like when you first start rolling, like, I have to get past guard, and then like,
or you have to get out of mount. Yeah, it's like it's always, and dude, if there's one thing, and it's like I think about jiu-jitsu all the time, I really do, and with me dealing with my own mental issues, one of the things that keeps feeding back into my mental issues is I haven't gotten back into the one thing that I know has always helped me. And
when I stopped doing jiu-jitsu, man, like
I've been a wreck since I stopped, and I'm trying to get my life to the point.
And
where
like the fucked up thing is, like you have to be some kind of crazy to go somewhere and pay for it. To get your tail whooped, knowing you're going there to get your tail whooped.
Yeah, and I can't even tell you why I stopped. I mean, a lack of discipline. Obviously, it was a lack of discipline.
Well, everything's discipline.
And that
half the work. I mean, quote Joe Rogan. Half the work is getting there. Yeah. You know, like 90% is getting there, and then once you're there, like. You can't be like, I don't want to do this anymore. You know, like, no, someone's got your collar.
But the other thing too about like even just like. You know, jiu-jitsu really, it changed me.
Yeah.
Like if you'd ever met me before jiu-jitsu. And that's why it's like...
Oh, me too. You remember how I was before?
Oh, yeah.
Brandon,
that's why I took you to it.
Literally changed my life by introducing me. I was scared shitless going... Well, first I thought I was a badass, and I was like, these guys can't teach me anything. But
I was the same fucking way. Sam kicked my ass. Not even Hamid.
Oh, yeah. Sam.
Hamid didn't even have to kick my ass.
What's Sam? Hashtag Sam.
Hashtag, what is Sam doing? Just being a baller?
Yeah.
You know, he's doing his dog training, and he's him and his girl just moved and all that stuff. Oh, fuck, I'm revealing personal information about somebody that's not on the podcast. Sorry, Sam.
We'll get you on here.
We'll get him. Yeah, fuck, you'll be better than me. Why am I even here before starting me? Like,
I mean, I'm slowly getting this together. Yeah. I mean, welcome to the beginning, I guess. I mean, I do enjoy doing this, though. Like,
for sure. I mean,
because I feel like I have a lot of philosophical questions, and, like, I love talking to people, and I love hearing different people's opinion. Whether I believe in it, disagree with it, I will let you rattle on and hear what you have to say.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you'll never learn anything if you don't listen.
For sure.
Which was a big thing with me a long time ago. Like, I knew everything. Ask 19-year-old me what I knew. Man. Everything.
Jesus.
God, could you imagine go back and tell you 19-year-old...
I could... If I went back to see 19-year-old me, I'd fucking... like,
slap him.
Yeah, so, like, I wouldn't stop slapping him until I was my age. Stop doing that. Stop doing... In the great immortal words of Doc Elijah Nuzu, stop doing stupid shit.
So that's how I got this guy right here. If I ever get out of being a white belt, maybe work my way to brown would be awesome.
You don't want to stick in that 5-year white belt gang.
Oh god,
5-year white belt gang. No strike white belt for life.
With great power comes no responsibility.
It's only called sandbagging if you're actually good at jiu-jitsu, though. So that's why I'm still a white belt.
Well, this is the longest I've trained consecutively, and now I have people at the gym that expect to see me.
Right.
And now it's like, if I don't go, now I have to go. Yeah. And when I don't see them, I give them shit. And I've only missed 2 or 3 classes. One because I messed my leg up. Another time because I was laying in bed watching Netflix all day, which was great, by the way. If you ever get a chance to eat Ben & Jerry's ice cream and to watch Netflix in your underwear all day, super suggested. Just don't do it every day.
Hashtag treat yourself.
hashtag. So that's how Brandon and I really clicked. The other thing is I play a lot of music. Brandon does spoken word. Yeah. And I can't... First time, when we were going to jiu-jitsu for the first time, Brandon takes me over to his house. I didn't have any gi, so he let me wear his gi, which smells just like Brandon, which I loved immediately.
I don't know is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I mean, you could Axe cologne yourself. You put yourself in a bottle.
Aerosol of B-Train.
B-Train aerosol.
It has to make the choo-choo sound. Choo-choo. Ooh, is that Ode to B-Train? Ode to B-Train. Could you imagine the fucking, like, the commercial for that? Because, I mean, like, think about it. The most ridiculous commercials on television are, like, cologne commercials. Seriously, like you're watching a cologne commercial and they'll be like, just like, slow fade from black, just blank white space. Drop. You realize it's milk. Zoom out. Cookie crumbles next to the glass. Calvin Klein.
Oh,
what the fuck? Like, what does that smell like?
You know, like, you can't really explain smell. You know what I mean? Like,
I think what they're trying to say is, if you wear this cologne, it will make you smell like the feeling of dropping your last Oreo before you can dunk it in milk. And then somehow, I don't know, man. I don't understand art. I like to think I'm an artist, and then I'll watch the shit that actually makes money, and it's like, fuck, what am I doing?
God. So I've been like starting to like do open mic with music and do comedy.
I saw you made it out to Ruckus. Brian Jones was actually telling me about it.
Dude, Brian's a cool cat. I like Brian a lot.
The first time you got to meet Brian Jones, you need to get Brian Jones on.
Brian Jones, you're next, buddy. Sometime like, dude, he is an awesome dude.
Oh, dude, yo, that's a guy like. First time I ever met him was literally 10 years ago.
How'd you meet him? How do you know him? Right. Did you know Cindy before that?
Yeah.
Do you know Cindy before Beer Garden?
I don't remember.
Cindy Provolone?
Dude.
Did I butcher that name?
Yeah.
Provo something?
Yeah, you need to get her on here too. Any name we mention needs to be on here.
I need to take a piece of paper and like make a list while I'm sitting here.
Check it twice and all that shit.
Well, that'd all be naughty.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I come over to Brandon's house, and Brandon's got a whole wall of I thought Brandon was insane. Instantly loved him. Got a whole wall of pieces of paper. He's writing a freaking like a novel, which God knows I've been writing the same song for 10 years. Like, I can't imagine trying to write a book. I was writing a novel. And, like, low-key very impressed by it. And, like, I started reading his notes. I was like, damn, this is actually good.
Well, dude, and you know what the thing about... So the wall, like... So, I mean, I guess I'm here to talk about myself, so... But, like, so that was all actually... All the stuff on the wall, that was all from, like, my universe. It's called The Other Side. That actually... Those weren't notes for the book.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What that was actually... So, I, with Finn, Andrew, and Jake, and then eventually Jake's girlfriend, Nicole, who's now his wife. Love you guys. I guess, fuck, man, I was 20. I couldn't even drink yet. We started a role-playing game in my living room.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, you know, like Dungeons & Dragons, but we were using Fate Core. It's, like, streamlined, and you can download the PDFs for free, and we were all a bunch of broke college students. And so that had all started, like, Finn had run a role-playing game. Like for a couple years while like when we were teenagers, and it was amazing. And then it just kind of fell apart as role playing games do. It just shit happens and all that stuff. And it had been a while since we'd run the game, and then I was in a creative writing class at NC State, and I had to write a story, and I was gonna write an intro, like the story of like how my character from Finn's game, like got his powers. And as I'm writing it, it just turned into my own thing. And then I was like, I liked that. So I called up Finn, I called up Jake, and I got Andrew, and, made him read my story because I've always been a pretentious asshole. And
read this, damn it!
Read this, damn it!
Read it aloud to me so I know you're reading it.
And I mean, I did ask him, what was your favorite part? So we started a role playing game set in the same universe, which was inspired by Finn's game, and then we made it so like Finn's game was kind of like a prologue to mine, and then. Set it all in the same world, and then over the course of like five or 6 years, I went from those initial 4 players and their player characters. They were all party doing all their stuff in the world, and it grew into I had like 17 players and 22 different player characters, and they were all running in consecutive and concurrent storylines, all in the same world, all influencing each other's storylines and everything. So what was on the wall was all the notes of like who the characters were, like their major aspects and everything, because it's a character-driven role-playing game. And it
looked like a spider web. It's like it'd come out in like a list of this.
Oh yeah,
that explains a lot then. Actually,
yeah, it was like 83 index cards thumbtacked to my wall, and actually. Fun fact, man.
You should have left it there.
I wanted to, but actually,
so the next person that came in like
the cops raided my apartment twice.
Still
don't have a record, dude. Shit,
why did they raid your apartment?
Okay, well, I was not home either time. Like I had a string of stupid roommates before I got Alex and Mike living with me and everything. And let me rephrase that. I had a string of stupid roommate situations where it was just stupid shit just happened. Yeah. Where it was like, it wasn't really like anybody's fault. It was just like, fuck.
Yeah.
And so there was one time like my roommate was going in, got a ride home from work and was hanging with his boy in front of the apartment, smoking a blunt. Cops rolled up, and somehow or another they end up in my apartment. they
Beautiful.
see everything on the walls and actually called in like other people because they thought I was some sort of fucking terrorist or some shit.
Oh.
Yeah, because I mean, you think about it, it looks like some fucking Charlie Day like going crazy, like me trying to explain a third tier meme kind of shit. Like you've seen that meme where Charlie Day is just going crazy and strings, and it looked like that. Honestly,
everyone's just a little bit crazy, but when they see you're crazy, it makes you look crazier.
8 months later, it happened again. Different roommate. Situation. Like I literally the night before I told this guy like, yeah man, you can live here, and then like the next day he gets in a fight with my neighbor and pulls out like this butcher's cleaver and just goes running through the fucking neighborhood, all while I'm at work, and get the call again, and this time I come back and I run into like the detective who's like leaving, and he looks at me, he's like, You're the leaseholder, and I'm like, yeah.
You're the leaseholder.
And I'm like, yeah. He's like, man, I've been inside your apartment twice, and I just gotta ask, what the fuck is on your wall? And I'm sitting there like, well, officer, have you ever heard of a paper and pen role-playing game? Like, yeah, so that was fun.
He's like, actually, I have.
Pulls out his fucking D20. He's like, I'm actually a level 18 wizard in 3.5. Like, oh shit, man, fuck, I can't run a campaign for you. You're too nerdy. Fucking level 18 wizard. Get out of here.
I've always wanted to do a role-playing game. You know what I mean? But I've heard they take hours.
They do. I mean, it's like if you got 4 hours once a week. I mean, fuck it. I'm honestly straight up. I'm trying to run a role-playing game again. It's been too long, and it's one of those things where it's like it's kind of like jiu-jitsu, where it's like it's one of those things where, well, actually no, because running a role-playing game I'm good at. But
ding.
But you know, it's one of those things where it's like I'm a better person when I'm running a role-playing game, so I'm straight up trying to find it. I mean, dude, it's one of those things too, like, you know, there's people, it's so crazy to me, like, I grew up a nerd, and, like, you know, graduated high school in 2008, and so for any, like, buddy that's basically younger than me,
yeah,
like, fuck, dude, you remember, like, it used to be nerds and everybody else kind of thing.
Yeah.
High school
now it's cool to be a nerd.
And now it's like, all you do is play lacrosse and fuck. What a dork.
Dude, I was just talking about this earlier. Like, one of the guys that we used to play football with, like, he's fat and bald, and he was, like, problem of his life was high school, man. Like, I mean, nothing wrong with that. I mean, sure.
Well, it's funny now, you know, because Lex works at a game shop now, my girlfriend. She works at a game shop.
She's real, I've seen her.
Yeah. Not a blow-up doll. You know, she works at a game shop, and I'm in there, and, like, I look way different than I did in high school, you know, and so I run into a motherfucker that, like, literally used to give me shit in high school for being, you know, the tabletop dork, and he's in there playing fucking Dungeons and Dragons.
Where'd you go to high school?
I went to Cardinal Gibbons. I went to Gibbons here in Raleigh, and I went to the Cardinal Gibbons in Florida.
Really?
Yeah, my mom was actually my assistant principal my freshman and sophomore year of high school down in Florida. That was...
Wow. You couldn't get away with anything, huh?
Yes and no.
I feel like high school was such a waste of my time.
Well, I went to a Catholic high school, too, and my mom is... I hope she sees this. I'm not going to call my mom a cunt on a podcast. So, you know, there's one day, like, it's like my second day of high school ever. You know, my mom's the fucking assistant principal at a Catholic high school in South Florida, and we have this all-school assembly, and, I hear after the fact, you know, she asked all the girls to stay behind because she's got to do the whole don't fuck, don't get pregnant, or I'll expel you, you know, all that shit. Leave room for the Holy Spirit and at least wear a fucking condom. You know, the usual shit.
Leave room for the Holy Spirit.
But she finishes the fucking thing by saying, ladies, no dating my son.
Oh,
man. And it's like, dude, how you going to do that to your fucking, like, 14-year-old son, his second day of high school? Which, you know, the one thing they did was scare away every honors or, like, smart girl.
Yeah.
But I swear to fuck, if, like, you know, I wasn't
Daddy
popular with it.
Yeah, stay away from him. Yes.
Yeah, I got along great with all the drama kids that I wasn't allowed to join drama club with. Didn't stop me from...
It's crazy because, like, I have this thing, if I look at all of my past girlfriends, and it's like, I don't know why. It's like, what? Daddy issues? No car? No job? No ambitions? I love you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, I look back, I'm like, what the fuck was I doing, dude? Like, I'm an idiot. Like,
see, and that's funny because I have a similar experience when I think back to all my past girlfriends, but the difference is I'm a fucking idiot. What were you doing with me? Like, mommy issues, no car, and a shitty job. Why are you dating me?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I've done enough shit in my life and fucked my world up a couple times. But, like, I mean, if you don't fuck up and you don't realize that you fucked up, alright, you can fuck up as long as you admit you fucked up and then try to change what you fucked up about yourself.
Oh, for sure, man. And that's, like, I was talking about it today with a couple people at the bar, and, it was, we have completely. I don't have kids. I'm not a parent or whatever. I don't fucking know. But what it seems like is that we have just completely. We've become so risk averse. Like, it goes past, like, helicopter parents.
Yeah.
You know, and it goes to something
like
else.
Hovering over
like,
you.
Yeah, we have completely just removed risk from childhood. I know me growing up, like, I was sheltered as fuck, you know, and that was like straight up.
And then you get a little bit of leeway. You're like,
yeah, and
don't play with matches. It's like, burn down the forest.
Honestly though, like, I didn't fuck, do drugs, or drink until I was 18. Straight up, like, you know, like, whatever.
Other than Uncle Tickles.
Yeah, had to escape from Uncle Touchy's naked puzzle dungeon more than once.
One more time.
Uncle Touchy's naked puzzle dungeon. Dude, it's a franchise, man. You can open one yourself, dude. It's like a Chuck E. Cheese's, but just even scarier.
So one of the things I've been really working on is I'm trying to start like a shirt line, like with good things. Would you care if I put that on there? I will definitely I will put like a little thing and put like
just send me one.
B-Train.
As long as you send me one.
Oh god,
dude, I can't even claim that. That was a fucking Reddit comments I read like 12 years ago. I just can't hold on to that one. Not trying to George Lopez anybody. So by some chance, you're. Oh man.
Oh, if you're hearing this, it might be a shirt. Don't sue me, please don't sue me.
Hit up Joe. Come be on the podcast. Let us
please.
steal more of your T-shirt ideas.
Oh, you know the cool thing about doing like this whole podcast thing, like I not have any ambitions to be rich or famous, but like if this ever helps anyone in their life, you know what I mean, like with your scale thing. I had a guy here last week named Kevin Bigley. Shout out hashtag Kevin Bigley. Shout out. Yeah, Kevin's a cool cat, and he does soil. And like,
I like how every time you look at the camera, you look at yourself on the camera.
Well, I'm trying to make sure. I'm trying to look at the time to make sure it's still rolling.
Okay, that's what it is. I was just like, I just thought it was funny because every time I look at, I'm looking at the camera.
Oh god, well, you gotta look at yourself and you're like, god damn.
No, I mean I do because I keep having like this. It looks like a bald patch, but no, really it's like this. But I don't want to like do this and be the protector. Hi guys, I'm Red from X-Men. Don't let me touch you. Like, so, you know.
Don't let me touch you.
I mean, unless you want. But you know what? So straight up, like working at a gay bar, I thought it would be a lot easier to get a sugar daddy than it's been.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, dude, straight up, like, I'm sitting there and it's like the amount of times people laugh, they're like, what is it going to do to take you home? Like, $500 in my hand, you can have 8 hours of my time, and they laugh, and I'm like,
I'm serious.
I'm serious. Well, let me go run to the ATM. I'm like, bet. I'm off at 12. And, like, thinking I'm going to pay my rent in a night. Fucking, you know, Papa Hims just so I can be ready. Because at the end of the day, it's like, you get me drunk enough, I'm down. I'm like, fuck it, let's go. But, like, you know, if I promise 8 hours, like, you know, like pushing 30, you know, it's kind of, you know.
Yeah, no,
it's not the same as when you're...
that hill's coming so fast. My birthday is in 2 weeks.
Dude.
And like,
you know, we can only be bartenders for 2 more years.
Why is that?
Because in 2 more years, we're gonna have to start fucking accepting goddamn IDs that say 2000 on them.
Oh,
Jesus!
I love bartending.
I do. I love bartending.
And like, it has its moments. Yesterday, I worked almost 16 hours, and for the better part of that 16 hours, I had my fucking shit kicked in. You know, like when you're so busy that all you can think about is the 3 drinks in your head and. Why is this guy yelling at me? You know, if I have to hear one more time, I want it in a tall, can you hook it up? I'm going to throw punch
you.
I'm going to throw punch you, motherfucker.
Light ice doesn't mean more liquor, motherfucker. You're paying for the 1.5 in the glass and everything else is fucking accoutrements.
Is that your pours over there, 1.5?
Yeah, 1.5.
We do 1.25.
You do 1... Dude, and you know what? That's my thing, too, like... These places are making stupid money. I mean, not every restaurant. Obviously, every restaurant isn't going to be hyper successful. But I mean, you and I have worked at some places where, and I'm not talking shit about anybody. This is more just like something I've noticed, like 10 years in this industry, and it seems like, you know, like all the places that are like blowing up, the shit you read about are the ones where it's like, oh, this is a place that said, fuck the corporate bullshit, we're gonna revolutionize cooking, and they go in and they do it, and it works, and they make bank. And then we still got to deal with these fucking middle managers that come in, and it's like their only job is to make it look like they've done something, but it's like they're not the ones touching the table. And now, dude, I've worked for some fucking great managers, and like a great manager, like shout out to Wes, like holy fuck, Wes, like hell yeah, Adam Donaldson, like.
Wait, is that the guy from Morgan Street, right?
Yeah, he went.
I worked for Adam as well.
Yeah,
great guy.
Bro, yo,
Adam, if you ever see this, I loved working for you.
You need to get Adam on here. Honestly, anybody, if
dude, he's a cool cat.
Adam, dude, if you get Adam on here, I want to like just be here for just because, like, I mean, dude, you know how it is, like you know, I don't know, maybe my lack of, you know, parental figures or
when you see someone doing good, and you love them for doing good.
Well, no, that too. But I mean, for me, and I guess like Adam's one of those dudes, like. We're living in a time where toxic masculinity is something that, like, it's ruining our fucking country. And
no, I agree.
But so to see dudes like Adam, like Wes, that are just like Adam is a fucking just when I think of what I want to be like what sort of man do I want to be?
Very genuine man. Like.
Yeah, you know, and it's like that's the sort of thing, and that's also one of the things that I love about the service industry is you meet all sorts of motherfuckers.
Oh God, do you
like,
ever?
You can meet the next fucking Pol Pot. You can meet the next, you know.
There's so much talent that's wasted away, and the drugs and sex and alcohol abuse is like
but that's what makes it fun.
You are a rock star, but underpaid and drive a shitty car at a service industry. Oh,
I make your goddamn weekend, but I can't make my rent. Yeah.
Charlie Sheen, do lines and fuck dimes, like that is service.
Charlie Sheen, Adonis nipples.
Oh God, I mean, I've learned the service industry has brought a lot of things to my attention. Like I have seen people that have changed my life via their awesome role models. I've also seen people that have changed my life as I will never be you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I met the woman I call my mom in the service industry.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to run into Amy when you know, and that's also the thing too, like, not to make it all political, but when I talk about toxic masculinity and all that shit, you know, and you know, there was a time in my life where it's like I was the dude. It's like, why can't I get girls? Why don't women like me? I'm so nice to them, and I don't know, like. Amy just kind of swooped into my life and was like, stop doing stupid shit. And she just... I used to be so fucking mad, dude. Like, just
over nothing.
All the time.
Yeah, I know.
And like, mad about stuff that was valid, but the thing that it looks like I'm getting mad at is like, oh, I gotta make this pizza? Fuck this. When really, it's like, fuck you, Dad. Why didn't you love me? You know? And then so to have Amy just like swoop in and be like, "Hey, this is what love feels like," and it's like, damn, like,
yeah, you won't, Mom. Dude. It's crazy, dude. Love's such a fucking strong thing. Like,
that you mentioned love being a powerful thing, and it's more than that, dude. Like all of every single one of like the current major religions, at least what little I know of them, you know, like. Whether it be any of the Abrahamic religions or whether it be, you know, Buddhist or and I'm not going to say Shinto or Hindu because I don't know, but, you know, from all of those, you know, the thing that's the core thread that's the same through all of them is love. You know, the golden rule: do unto others, like love thy neighbor, and it's all that stuff. It's like I believe in love as a supernatural force. Thanks, Interstellar and Matthew McConaughey. Hope you see this.
One day,
he will. He'll be on here
when they're going through all my lawsuits of shit I've said. Oh God! Yeah. Don't sue me, Matthew.
All right. But no, but love is like, it's the one thing. It's like, you know, I've never regretted loving somebody. I've never regretted
being in love or
taking the path of love, and it's one of those. It's like,
but the things you do because of love, there's things that you're like, damn, that was dumb.
Yeah, I mean, was it love or was it just fucking lust?
Yeah, was it like it was a chase and talk? You know, I will say this, and this is like, I don't care who you are and who you get touched by. There's something about, to me, like being touched. For me, it's mostly female. Is that when they touch you in a loving way, whether it's not sexual or not. You know, you ever have like a good hug from a chick, and you're like, damn, that felt good. Or like, you know, you're having a shitty day, and your boy fucking like runs by you like you're in the weeds and pops you on the ass, and you're like,
I'm back.
Oh, good.
No, but I mean, and that's also something too. It's like, you know, again, going back to toxic masculinity, it's like how much of that, like, bruh, like,
and like we grew up in such a weird way.
Like, yeah, so
where it's like, not okay to cry.
It's not. No, not at all, dude. It's not okay to be. The only emotion you're allowed to have is anger.
Yeah,
it's like
we grew up on WWF.
Yeah, you gotta show how manly you are by destroying the thing you don't like. Fuck learning how to understand.
Yeah,
grow as a person that can make room for viewpoints that might be different than yours. Destroy it,
Gaston, if you will. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that.
Yes, that was a Beauty and the Beast reference.
No. But it like, and that's something, I mean, and I'm not saying anything original here by saying it's like, dude, like, go fucking hug your son, man.
Hug your son that you haven't talked to in years.
Yeah, tell him you love him. Fucking put his goddamn picture up on the wall. It doesn't matter that he's 22 and, you know, it's clearly just a cock and balls. Like, he drew it. Put it on the refrigerator. Come on, yo. I got 100 on it in my, or he got 100 on it in his head.
I don't know, man. Like, no, you're right, dude. It's like the way that we've been taught to act and the way that we should be acting is two different things. You know what I've realized over time? Like, everyone's like equal rights between men and women, which I agree to an extent. You know what I mean? To an
extent.
No, like, I feel like guys should do things for women, like open doors.
Dude,
you know what I mean? And like, I'm not saying like girls shouldn't open doors for guys. I'm just saying like it is a gentleman thing to do to open a door. Plus, if anything's going bad on the other side of the door, they get shot first. Not
also, incels. Just because you hold a door open for a girl doesn't mean she owes you sex. Write that down twice and underline it.
Highlight it.
Girls are not sex machines. Girls are not machines that you put niceness tokens into till they fuck you.
If you blow them up, they are.
Well, yeah. You know.
That was not an Al Qaeda joke. I meant blow up doll.
Wow.
I went far, didn't it?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Oh, Gaddy is a good one we're going to have to get. That wow reminded me of Gaddy. Gaddy beat it.
Speaking of Gaddy.
Gaddy.
If you haven't drank at Gaddy's bar, you should. And if you haven't seen Matthew Gaddy as his breakout role as Kevin from The League, like, you're missing out. Bro, tell me that's not fucking Gaddy. Like, somebody just followed like a different version, like a multiverse version of Gaddy. That like
made him.
Yeah.
Now you guys are gonna have to find out. Matt Gaddy, Facebook him, stalk him. He'll love you.
Yo, send him all of the Batman memes you can.
All the Batman.
He fucking loves Batman.
Loves Batman.
He actually has a bat signal for a penis. Don't ask me how I know that. Hey, Gaddy.
Gaddy's gonna kill both of us.
Oh, he really is. Like, he's just gonna show up at either of our bars.
I'm gonna have to cut that one part out and just send it to him.
Ah, dude, please do. Like, oh my god.
Oh.
Fucking send it in a group text so I can see his rage.
No, but like, not pulling chairs out, but pulling them out for women.
Oh yeah, we were talking about chivalry.
Sit down.
Well, you know what? Good that we would segue to Matt Gaddy when we speak of chivalry. I've never met a man that treats women with more respect than Matt Gaddy, and that's not a joke. You should ask his best friend, Emily Moran, just how great of a gentleman he is.
Oh, God. I got some videos to show you. I'm going to show you some videos when we get done with this about them.
Oh, wow.
I went to a concert with them.
Oh, okay. Dude, I want to see Matt Gaddy tripping balls, dude. Like, I can't think of anybody I'd rather see tripping balls than Gaddy.
So like, let's describe Gaddy so everyone knows. Gaddy is from probably Minnesota. Looks like the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
No. If the Hunchback of Notre Dame was sexy, like
yes, sexy hunchback,
like a sexy John Merrick, like,
and Jewish.
Is Gaddy Jewish?
I hit that fro, bro.
Well,
Where's your phone? We should pick. We need to pull his face. Can we do that?
Can we?
I don't. We'd blast you right now, but I'm not sure if it's legal, and I have no money to be sued.
We'll fix it in post.
We'll fix it. Don't you worry.
But Gaddy is what like.
If chivalry meets dirty manho.
Yeah, like if a sexy mountain troll detached himself from a rock face and just walked into a bar and started giving you drinks and talking about how much he likes Batman, that would be Gaddy. Like about in a nutshell. Just constantly hanging out with women that are so far out of his league, you wonder if they have Stockholm syndrome and if he has something with them. But wow, that's so shitty of me to judge women like that.
Yeah, what was toxic masculinity?
Yeah. But I mean, like at the end of the day, women are pretty, and guys, well, there's us.
That goes two ways because I've met women that like guys are sexy. Like think of Jason Momoa. That is a good-looking man. Until you find out he has a lazy eye. So, don't beat my ass, Jason.
I don't give a flying fuck, dude.
And once you see it, you can't unsee it.
That makes him more approachable to me. That makes him sexier. Yeah.
Until you're like, is he looking at me or is he looking away?
I would call Jason Momoa daddy, whether or not he was looking at me with both eyes.
Is that $500 for 8 hours?
Fuck.
Yeah, you wouldn't walk.
I'd give Jason Momoa $500 for 8 hours. I don't think Jason Momoa gets out of bed for less than
Who would you be gay for as a celebrity?
Most of them. Like, and for different reasons too. Not just to be a star fucker, but like,
yeah, right.
Like shit. Like, if Robert De Niro were to just like give me a reach around and be like, "Are you coming for me?" I'd be like, "Yes, Daddy." Like, fuck yeah, dude. Like Robert De Niro, Willem Dafoe, Gary Busey.
Gary Busey.
But the thing is, the reason I would like want to have sexual relations with Gary Busey has nothing to do with the quality of how I think the sex would be, but
what about Robert Sheen post AIDS?
No.
No,
not Magic Johnson either. Like, sorry, man. Like, no.
Who was your first celebrity crush? Do you remember?
Kim Possible.
Shut up.
Yeah. There was a time
in my life. Real breathing.
Don't tell me Kim Possible isn't real.
That was good, dude. You didn't even think about it.
Because I'm not bullshitting.
Is it because she's a redhead?
Yeah, and I guess it was like the whole like like I really saw a lot of myself in Ron Stoppable, so there was just that aspirational goal of just like maybe I can be dorky enough that a supermodel super spy will love me for it. Hasn't happened yet, but ladies, I'm only 30, so
My very first one was Britney Spears. I was like in elementary school.
Dude, that doesn't even count. Everybody had a crush on. Carly had a crush on Britney Spears. Tell me you didn't.
We have a fact checker.
Yeah, she is fact checking us in real time. She's pinned Johnny on the spot.
To know if we're bullshitting. She's put up with a lot of our shit.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it. You're the heart of this podcast.
Yeah. The beating soul.
Well, it's because you don't have a heart and I don't have a soul, so. Or is it vice versa?
I mean, neither one of us have a brain. We're pretty much a fucking walking, talking Yellow Brick Road right here.
Yeah, wait. Why would we be a Yellow Brick Road?
Because the Tin Man didn't have...
I get it. Yeah, no, I don't have a brain.
And then, yeah.
I write words sometimes, but I can't read them.
He's actually really good at writing poetry. Make your heart melt, Jason Momoa.
Oh my god.
After Britney Spears was 007, Halle Berry. And then after her was Megan Fox from Jennifer's Body. I don't know what it is. She could have possessed me any day she wanted to.
Yeah, alright.
That whole thing just turned me on.
Bro, honestly...
Drown me in a pool, I don't care.
Mean Girls Lindsay Lohan. That was high school. Like, oh, fuck, I'm noticing a redhead thing here, and... Lex isn't going to see this, right? Well, no, she has purple hair. That counts. Yeah. Hey, baby.
Say that quick. Yeah, I mean... it's weird because like you ever wonder why you're attracted to girls, like why, like not just girls, not say like guys, but when you see someone's attractive, you're like, what is it about them? What is the key thing? You know what I mean? Like you look at them, maybe you see their eyes, or like maybe like you see a fucking fat butt and you're like, damn, you know what I mean? But like, then you meet somebody that you click with on like an intellectual level, and then they're hot as well, but they're like not very attractive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. For me, I guess it's just I don't know. For me, it's different. Like, I don't really know what my
type. You have a type?
Tiny blondes with fat asses. Fat asses.
Daddy problems.
It doesn't have to be a girl or a guy either, though. I mean, it's, I guess.
Yeah, whatever.
Like,
cat,
me,
dog, squirrel.
I mean, I guess for me, it just like, I don't know. Like, I knew when I was little, like, I was born in the wrong body. I should have been born a chick.
A hot chick.
Dude,
if I was a hot chick,
no.
with one talent,
that's bullshit. Being hot is just a matter about putting in effort. That's it.
Yeah, I agree.
Up. You know,
you're right.
No, so I guess for me it was a matter of like, for me it's like when I see a hot girl, it's like, man, I wish I could be her. But and then when it's like when I see a hot guy, it's like I guess it's kind of like the same thing. It's like, fuck, I wish I could be him. And so for me, it's like, I guess I don't know, when I'm attracted to somebody, it's because there's something about them that I guess I wish I could be more.
Do you think you're attractive when you look in the mirror? Like I think I'm fucking hot.
I think I'm like a 6'5".
Yeah. With a personality,
yeah. My X factor brings me to a solid low 7.
So like my thing is, I think.
But doesn't I was gonna say, doesn't everybody think they're average? And then you're sitting here like, I'm hot as fuck. Which.
But I think I'm hot as fuck.
I've had your nipples in my mouth.
I think I'm fucking sexy as fuck until I see someone that I think is sexy as fuck, and then I'm like, I'm trash. Why?
I guess, and so yeah, I guess. For me, what I think is attractive about me doesn't have anything to do with physical appearance because I'm a fucking fat, lazy slob that, you know, hasn't cut his hair in 5 years just because I'm lazy. For me, I guess, like, when I know I'm attractive, honestly, most of the time it happens behind the bar is when I can just, like, what makes me feel attractive is when I see that moment where somebody, when I can see somebody else looking at me,
thinking that you're
like
attractive.
they wish that they could be more like me, and it's like, oh yeah, that's attractive, and most of the time it's like attitude or jokes. I think the one thing that I would say is attractive about me is I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
like I really don't. Like I've
had those moments too.
It's not even about speaking.
Well, I might not have been right, but I'm definitely the loudest one here. You know what I mean? And
you know, I used to be about being the loudest one, but now it's not even about being the loudest one. And
or maybe speak with confidence.
Yeah, it's just, you know, it's like, I might not have the biggest dick in the room, but I got the biggest dick energy in the room.
I might not hit the bottom, but I'll fuck the sides up.
I'm solidly on, like, you know, middle to left of the bell curve. You know, just... you know, that's only going to sound arrogant if you don't understand statistics.
And, like, when you said, like, putting in effort, I'm not saying that girls should put on makeup, but I'm just saying, like, it might do you some good. Not saying that everyone has to, but mentally, physically, to hit the gym or do some kind of
you know what? Let's degender that actually, because it's not just. And so, like, I'm a bartender at an LGBTQ plus bar in Raleigh, best one in Raleigh. The district, fucking come through.
Definitely awesome bartender.
Yeah,
by the way.
We got the best tater tots in town, and
I will second that. With Philly cheesesteak. Oh my god, fire!
We just launched that new menu. Shit's fire. But, you know, and something about working there, and you know, it was something that I always said, like, wanting to be a bartender. It's like, man, I wish it was a chick, because, like, it's like, straight up, it's easier to get a bartending job, especially in this town, if you're a girl.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and then...
And a smart girl at that.
Yeah, dude, like, to
be a guy bartender, you have to be smart, good-looking...
And know your shit.
And have flair.
Good at it, and have flair.
A little bit of flair somewhere.
But then again, I mean, like... That's fair, though. I mean, it's one of the things that I love being a bartender, a guy bartender, and a mostly straight-ish guy, straight-passing guy bartender at a gay bar.
$500, 8 hours.
$500, 8 hours. $1,500 for
Jason
48. Bro, like...
You ever think about being a man whore?
$500, 8 hours. But... I don't know. For me, being behind the bar, like, the one thing I love is, like, it is that one chance where it's like, yo, like, I don't know. I guess I always kind of want to. I wish that, and I'm saying, like, I wish that people would look at me the way they look at girls, and then it's like, also, it's like, I'm glad I don't have to deal with the fact that, like, I can run with headphones on at night. Like, so it's like, yeah I've got the best of fucking everything.
Well, I mean, so can Mary.
Yeah, because Mary could kick down a forest with one goddamn fucking high
Mary
kick.
does jiu-jitsu. Mary
is the most amazing and scary woman I've ever met. She actually owns the dude, it's the a children's place. Is that it? No. I'm sorry. We'll fix it in post, right?
Yeah, fix it in post.
It's she owns the secondhand children's store clothes store in Cary.
Okay.
Like, she basically spends all of her time doing jujitsu and making poor kids' lives better.
Dude, like, all right, if money
and she can kick down a forest.
Yeah. All right, so I rolled with this lady the other day. I bet you she is in her 60s, if not early 50s. Doesn't look a day over 21. I love you, Meredith. I think
we'll fix it in post.
I've never been triangled so fast. She's a high blue belt. So fast in my life. And she is all of 100 pounds. And I like looking at her with street clothes on. So, I could take her.
Oh, yeah.
I take her, grocery. Oh, God.
Nope.
Damn.
No.
You run this lady on the dark alleyway, like, you're the one getting robbed. Like,
yeah. Say goodbye to your wallet.
What did Bruce Lee say? It's not that I'm stuck in here with all of you. You're stuck in here with me?
That was Rorschach in Watchmen.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
yes,
he was in the prison. Yeah.
Yes, yes, he is.
Fucking pulls that fucking grease trap out. Fucking hits the dude from Green Mile.
Yeah.
It was the dude from Green Mile, right? Delete that.
Delete.
I thought it was. In my head, it's the dude from Green Mile. Which just kind of makes it sadder. It's like, he was so sweet. He just wanted to pet the rabbits. Except that's rapes of Grath. Wow, fuck. Grapes of Wrath.
Rapes of Grath.
Wow. Sorry, Grath.
Is that like the porno version of that movie?
Oh, no. I mean, but yeah, but like, no. You trying to leave Oklahoma, you better suck this dick.
Well,
nothing else to do in SoCal but this anyway.
You ever think of all the spin-offs, like, instead of, like, Saving Private Ryan, Saving Ryan's Private?
I wanted Woody on Family Guy.
Oh, God.
No, but dude, what? That segue aside, real quick, the cool thing about being a bartender, being a guy bartender, having to work to get to that spot is just for a moment kind of seeing...
It's a lot of effort.
I mean, it's a lot of effort, but it's also like the cross-section of
you're
people
a
you run
barback
into.
forever.
Yeah.
And if you're good at being a barback, you'll never move up.
Yeah, because they need
they want you to.
Yeah,
you're the best barback we got, and it's just like, yeah, I know, I don't make dick, though.
Yeah. But...
And then you go bartend someone else, and they're like, why'd you leave? I'm like, well, you could have let me bartend.
I need money, yo. But yeah, real talk, though. You were talking, you were saying about, like, effort.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's something that
and discipline.
Yeah, and I want to go back to that, though, especially because, A, it's something that I'm trying to work on myself, but,
you got, like, with anything
real effort.
Yeah, not like...
We live in a society and a system that has commodified the hole in your chest.
Yeah, and instant gratification.
Yeah, and so we live in a society where it's like nobody's gonna sit there and tell you it's like, oh, to be happy you gotta fucking sit down, fucking think, eat right, go outside, work out.
Eat right is such a fucking big thing too.
Mindful of your shit. Nobody's gonna tell you that. They're gonna tell you buy this pill, buy this car, buy this bra, buy this shirt, this goddamn video game, this fucking...
It'll make you better.
Yeah, go to the bar, fucking do this, spend all your money so you can take a selfie going to this place because we've even commodified the idea of getting out of your fucking hometown and seeing something. And we have convinced every single motherfucker that they are not right. That they need something to be happy. More. And we're not telling them what they need to be happy. We're telling them what to buy. And I do the same fucking thing. As a bartender,
think of all the useless shit you buy.
Think about all the useless shit you sell. How many motherfuckers do you have sit at your bar every goddamn day bitching about their problems? Where if you really wanted to tell them how to fix their shit, it's
they wouldn't want to listen
stop
anyway.
Spending all your time and money at my bar, asshole. I'm not going to make you feel better. I am going to sell you another shot because I need that fucking cash.
And you'll feel better until tomorrow.
Yeah, but the thing is...
And you'll be back here tomorrow.
But then you as the fucking purveyor of poison sitting there, it's like, you know, and it's not even... I'm not even talking about the alcohol of it, but I mean, like, you're sitting there and it's like... You know, I joke about, like, it's not even a joke. I'm serious. $500 for 8 hours, but I'm sitting there and it's like, what is that that I'm making money off of?
Yeah.
When that happens. What is that?
When that happens.
Yeah, dude, fuck, man. You got to manifest. I want $500 for 8 hours of my time.
And
fuck
it's crazy we do. the most absurd shit for a dollar.
But, and you know what the thing is, like, when I talk about all of this, what I'm trying to say is, like, I'm not going to go be a fucking prostitute, but, I mean, I will charge you for the companionship that I'm sitting here saying that the
Which is no different than bartending.
Fuck, dude, I'm the problem, too. We're all the fucking problem.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we
Enablers.
also... Yeah, but what else can you do, man? You gotta hustle.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's like, the side hustle has become the main hustle, and a job is just another fucking sentence that you gotta go deal with. And it's like we're running out of jobs that actually give you, you know, the chance to live your life. And, you know, it's like, oh, go get another job. And it's like, yeah, okay, cool, but we live in this fucking society that's structured on the fucking almighty bottom line, and it doesn't matter.
No.
None of it does. At the end of the day, you know, you can go out and buy every single fucking thing that somebody's trying to sell you. You can buy 2 of them, sell a couple yourself, and that's not gonna change. At the end of the day, that hole in your chest is still that hole in your chest.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're staring at the ceiling wondering why you can't fucking sleep, it's because you're not a person. And every time you try to be, you just get fucking beat down and beat down and beat down. And you sit there and it's like, you know, you fucking, you know, you're a teenager, you hit that shit full of piss and vinegar, you're going to change the world. And then it's like, you go try to, and it's like, fuck you, kid.
Yeah. No, you're right. Like, everyone, like, I love hearing success stories, but I also love hearing success stories that after you became successful, that you did something else. You know what I mean? I'm a millionaire.
I like hearing about failures.
Yeah, failures are good because without failures,
it makes me feel better.
How many times you get knocked down 9 times, you got to get up 10.
Yeah.
You know, you definitely.
But you never hear the story about, like, you know, all the people that we worship as, like, they're so successful. You know, like, J.K. Rowling wrote Harry Potter on a fucking bar napkin because she was so goddamn broke. No, straight up. And it's
I believe it.
And it's like, yeah, good for her. Like, she fucking made it. And everything she's turning around doing, like, fucking, you know, a lot of people, like, get theirs and pull the ladder up behind them. But
what else did she write besides Harry Potter? Fact check.
Bunch of other Harry Potter shit.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of Twitter posts editing her Harry Potter shit. And, but, you know, and everybody always talks about, that's so inspirational. That's so inspirational. And it's like, no, it's not, man. That's depressing.
Yeah. Well,
one of the greatest children's author currently living. Man, what if one of those days, you know, like when she couldn't pay her rent, like, she'd gotten sick too. And I mean, granted, she was in a country where it's like, that's fine. But you know what I mean? Some comes up and it's like, you know, how many universes.
How many books did not come out?
Yeah, how many books did J.K. Rowling not write? How many universes, how many J.K. Rowlings out there where it's just like, man, it was just a roll of the dice. It wasn't even a matter of discipline. It wasn't even a matter of trying.
Like string theory, every you know what I mean?
How many J.K. Rowlings out there won't ever make bar clothes even?
Yeah.
And that's where it's like, and you know, and it's that same thing when you know, you see, oh, you know, 8-year-old saves his allowance for a year to pay off, you know, middle school lunch debt. And it's like, and it's like, no, give that kid his money back, yo. Like, how have we created a system where that's what's going on? It's not even like a Darwinian survival of the fittest anymore. We don't have that free exchange of, like, work hard, you'll get to the top. Fuck that. Work hard. Somebody else will come along, take advantage of you, and steal your shit. The only way you're ever going to go fucking make a change is with luck and luck and luck and luck. And if you're not coming at it with 150% effort every single fucking day, fuck you. But at the same time, we still have all these little kids that grow up because daddy bought them every goddamn thing, go up in another business, and next thing you know, you're working for some other fucking mouth-breathing asshole who doesn't even fucking know how to run a goddamn restaurant, but they got there because fucking daddy knew somebody.
Well, you're right.
And it's like, so it's like, oh, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, but you got to have the scratch to buy the bootstraps. And it's like, shit, man, you know. I feel like we're off topic, but
yeah, I feel like one of my most rudest awakenings was, like, throughout life is, like, you know, I'd have a goal and I'd reach that goal, and then it's like, now what? And then you have another goal, and then, like, before you know it, like, you know, you're like you're getting old. You know,
I wrote a book, dude. I haven't done anything with it, but
Yeah.
I feel you. I wrote a book 2 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, you know, like, and then what, you know what I mean? And then you're like, I don't know about you, but I am definitely my own worst critic. You know
I'm
what I
my
mean?
own worst enemy too.
Yeah, without a doubt. Like, I fart and I smell it, and I'm like, that's not good enough.
Put another fucking 5-bean burrito on.
Yeah, right. It's like, I mean, but less of words. Like, it's like I always feel, and people are like, "You do great." I'm like, I don't feel that way, you know.
Yeah, and you know that's
It's life.
I don't have that.
You know,
Honestly,
you don't really.
I don't get the. I don't.
It's like, what's the next step for me?
No. I definitely get the what's the next step, but I mean, I find myself in a place in my life right now where it's like I don't have the. Oh, that was good, and me thinking, oh no, that wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
I almost have the opposite problem, which should tell me something maybe, but it's where it's like.
Yeah.
But you know, there's also it's like.
You can't make change unless you're uncomfortable.
Yeah, and there's a certain point where it's like you get so uncomfortable that you're just trapped in something. And then what do you do? And I guess you just try.
Just try.
You got to
There's no-
get your ass back in jiu-jitsu, fucking, you know, do all that shit. But
Well,
it's
I
like-
mean, like, you can't quit.
yeah, I mean, and that's, you know,
I guess you could.
you can. I mean, shit, dude. Like, and that's something that's kind of fucked with me too. My whole life is like, I never thought I was gonna be this old. When I hit 20,
I thought I was like, I'm not gonna make it to 30. I must have said that 100 times when I was.
Dude, I didn't think I was gonna make it past 23, and then when I did, it's like, oh shit.
Damn, reality sucks.
Yeah, now what do I do? And
Which-
6 years later, I'm still trying to figure out.
Which universe did I die already? Come on, what happens now?
Dude, I died twice, like straight up. Like I've literally, like, again, this might sound like that crystal energy bullshit, but I can remember 2 different times where I felt myself fucking die, and then I came to, and it's like, am I immortal?
Am I immortal?
And it's like, I don't know, and like I don't want to get.
Well, energy doesn't disappear. What else did she write?
A lot of stuff.
Oh god, I guess she wrote a lot. Oh
And
god,
it's not in the Harry Potter universe.
it's our fact checker over there.
Miss Carly, do you have any more of those beers left? That's stupid.
Oh, we're going through today. So
Sorry,
I know, like on all my podcasts, I drink and smoke, but I promise you, I literally only drink and smoke one day a week. Normally, it's on Sundays. I edit this; it's out by Thursday.
I really appreciate that.
I don't know. I like sitting on other people's accomplishments, and then I try to duplicate them.
Dude, but the thing is, we're all sitting on other people's accomplishments. You know, and that's something that and call me arrogant, but that's something where it's like, man, fuck, if Tolkien hadn't already written the basic fantasy shit, I wrote 12 of them already.
Right?
You know, but it's also, it's like, you know, it's everything is derivative of everything else. And I'll equate this to storytelling. You know, there's only like, I think it's like 16 basic stories, and everything is just a twist on those.
Oh, yeah.
And that's, you know, the cool thing about the human species is that we are a cumulative product of all human knowledge. You know, like we couldn't have found the Higgs boson if we didn't know about general relativity. And you know, Einstein wouldn't have known about general relativity if Principia Mathematica hadn't been published by Newton and you know, all that stuff. So it's like everything that we are, you know, like you know, every single musical note that will ever be heard has been made on
the famous 4 chords.
Make
up thousands on.
Pachelbel's Canon in D was that one, which I remember just listening to all those songs. Like I think it was like 10 years ago. Like, basically a meme. Like I think Flight of the Conchords did an entire like song.
What's that song by ICP? Everything's been done.
Miracle. Oh wait, are you
talking about? It's been done before. Nothing's new. Not a big ICP fan. Sorry, Insane Clown Posse.
Where the fuck is Jake right now? I hope you're still a juggalo, my friend.
Works for State Farm.
No, he did wear khakis though. It was a blue polo, but he did wear khakis. In the khakis, Jake.
You ever wonder what happened to the music we listened to like we were growing up? Like what we thought was awesome is now like you go back and listen to it. I was sitting in the car.
I haven't thought that like I mean, yeah, I grew out of like 3 Days Grace and most of Linkin Park, but
saw Breaking Benjamin in concert. Still fire. Sound exactly like they do on the CD. Very few bands.
That's cool, actually.
I got.
Well, I bumped. What was the one with Diary of Jane on it? Like, I bumped that one a lot. And then I think the album Saturate, the one that had Polyamorous on it, dude.
I remember when Linkin Park, rest in peace, Chester.
Chester.
Bring it back if I could, man.
Bro, I mean, I still love Linkin Park. I just grew out of the place where it was like, yeah, only Chester gets me. Which, actually, the older I get, I'm actually kind of coming back.
Only I get Chester
crawling in my skin. And it's like, fuck, I feel it more now that I'm older. What happened?
Yeah, it's weird, like, how lyrics that you preach when you're younger come back and bite you harder.
Dude, no,
now.
straight up, where it's like you feel it so hard as a teenager, and then you hit your mid-20s, and you're like, I was so stupid, and then now I'm pushing 30, and it's like, fuck, I get it again.
I get it, I understand. I was depressed, but a different kind of depressed.
Yeah, I was depressed because my mom didn't love me. Now I'm depressed because the economy sucks, the world is ending, and I don't have a good job that can pay my rent. Although, I do love my job.
Yeah, I love bartending. I just wish...
I do. I just wish I had like 300 more customers a night.
Everyone could make money. Oh, what I was saying is, I was in the car the other day, and me and my friend, and we put on like Now 6. Bro, you want to talk?
What was your first Now? That's what I call music.
Oh, the very first one. I had Now 1. I subscribed.
had Now 3.
Oh yeah. Oh,
dude, what was the name of that band? Oh, what was that song? Something about like Slam Dunk the Funk. They were like, oh,
did you got that feeling?
Yeah, no. Oh, that was that it? I don't remember anymore. That was on that album. I remember that.
You ever like sing words to songs and think you know them, and then you look up the lyrics, and you're like, that's not what they said at all.
Yeah.
That is 100% not what they said.
Yeah. I feel like there's an entire political party that feels like that every time they actually listen to Bruce Springsteen lyrics, but they still keep using his goddamn songs. Sorry, I'm not trying to make this political. Fuck Donald Trump.
Don't kill me. He said it, not me. I don't know. Who's gonna hear this?
B-Train's views are not endorsed or blah 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 by the Joe TV podcast.
Hashtag Joe TV.
Terms and conditions may apply. Not available.
Not legal in 49 states. Oh.
Ask your doctor if Joe TV podcast is right for you.
All right. So if money wasn't an issue, what would you do? Say you'd make the same amount of money doing anything. Say you'd make $10.
I don't want the same amount of money. But that's the thing, though. Like, dude, like the ideal amount of money that I would make is
comfortably like $25 an hour. Comfortably living.
If I could make
40 hours a week,
65 a year.
All right.
I really feel like, and that's double what I make right now. And I know there's plenty of Americans out here right now that have been like $65K a year, like, fucking.
I sneezed that.
Oh, well, yeah, there's plenty of Americans doing that too, but I also know that there's plenty of fucking American families where the idea of $65K a year between two working adults is just like a pipe dream. And that's the thing too, it's like, I'm lucky, man. I don't work nearly as hard as I had to in a kitchen. I enjoy my job a lot more, and even on a slow day behind the bar, I'm making twice as much as I did in the kitchen. And
bartending's so fucking, it sucks you in because you hate it so much.
It's a cult,
it's such
dude.
Quick money, and no one understands you except for other people that have worked in the service industry. You can't go to anyone that's ever worked at a bank teller job, you know what I mean, and be like, dude, you have no idea how to argue with somebody.
Well, yeah, it's because their eyes are rolling back in their head by the 6th time you've said fuck, and you've only said 3 sentences.
Yeah. God, I cuss like a sailor.
Ah, fuck, dude. I cuss like a service industry veteran.
We're vets now.
Dude, 10 years, man. Like,
remember how magical it was when you first got into it? Remember, like, oh, drugs.
Dave
girls.
Fucking White, man. Dave White is the motherfucker that got me addicted to the service industry, and I mainlined the bar culture.
You make $1,000 in a couple days, you're like, damn, this is...
Dude, and that's like, I'm sitting here bitching, and it's like I'm gonna get my tip out from this weekend Tuesday, and it's like I still made like $500 for just convincing people that I'm cool and that these drinks are good.
Come do drugs with me, kids.
Yeah, like, fuck, man, like...
We all let that lion down. The DARE lion. What did DARE stand for? Do you remember?
Drugs are really expensive.
Oh.
Maybe if that motherfucker hadn't lied to me.
Right? Yeah.
I have yet to suck dick for marijuana.
$500 to buy marijuana, though.
Look, only like 100 of that would go to marijuana. Another 100 of that to acid.
You know what's crazy? $100 in Oregon for marijuana. You could.
Is a fucking pile of pounds.
It's like it's ridiculous versus $100 in weed on the East Coast is two horribly separate things.
Dude, it really. I mean, but that's honestly why I'm trying to get to Denver, man. Like I would love to be in Denver or I mean, North Carolina's my home, man. Like, I'm not a North Carolina native, but it is my home. But at the same time,
back to where we were. Money's not an issue. You get paid the same no matter what. Say $64,000 a year, doing whatever you want. What would you do? You have to have a job. Can't be something dumb like smelling armpits.
My first
passion and hobby.
Dude, first goddamn thing I'd do. New truck with a backpack camper on the back of it, and that would be what I lived in.
Yeah.
No rent.
But for work.
But for work, I mean, it would be something to do with that. Like, honestly, like, dude, if I could write and podcast and make
all the time,
and that's what I would do.
Dude, I'm trying to get to that point where I can go around and take pictures and do podcasts.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't care if I don't make $1 to feed habits or, you know, buy things I want. I would just, if I can comfortably live by doing something I love to do, I would 100, you know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, and that...
You know I bought a school bus.
Yeah, how's the conversion going? Yeah, because when I was doing the van, you remember, I was trying to do the van for a while.
And, like, I support that 100%, man. There's so much of this world,
dude.
You know?
Stop paying rent. Rent is a fucking theft of your life.
Yeah, but the flop side of that is if you own a house and shit goes south on you, like, that, you know what I mean? Like, you have a house, you don't have, like, homeowners insurance.
Yeah, like, even with the house, though, you have equity.
Yeah. Well, you have a house on wheels, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, and you don't have equity with that, but at least, like, the one thing I loved, you know, I did 2 weeks in my van earlier this year, and I can't wait to get to do it again in you know, slightly different context, but, dude, waking
slightly different content. Yeah, waking up free feels great.
Yeah, man, just waking up.
You don't owe nothing to nobody.
Yeah, and for me, it was like just you know, in those 2 weeks, just that feeling of waking up and I'm looking at a rusted out fucking E250 ceiling, but it's mine.
Yeah,
nobody can take that.
No, I feel
nobody can tell me.
When I was out in Oregon, the same feeling. Yeah. Like, I was like, people were like, you live in a camper with no water. I'm like, yeah, but I'm fucking happy.
Yeah, and dude, and that's and the only like.
And you find that happiness, it's like addictive.
Yeah, and I want it back, and there's a couple of reasons why I'm not doing it right now, and it's still, I guess, where I'm at. You know, you asked me what would I do for $65K a year? I'd be a nomad, dude.
Yeah,
I'd be a nomad, and I'd just wander. It's like, what would I do? Like, you know, I've been incredibly fortunate in my life in that, you know,
maybe we should just fix the bus and sell everything we got and just
do it.
Come with me, fuck it.
Yeah. Dude, but
God,
like,
our van would smell some kind of hell between us. Oh, we could go state to state and do jiu-jitsu.
Real quick, because I do want to say this. Like, I've been really fortunate in my life in that, you know, I've got a grandfather and two grandmothers and an aunt and an uncle, and then the world's best friends.
Yeah.
Nobody in the world will ever have better friends than I have in Andrew and Finn and Chelsea, and they have just literally, the three of them in all of their own ways have all helped me at great cost to themselves, like financial and psychological, and you know, when I'm coming out of the holes they've helped me dig my way out of, and it's why? Yeah. Why did you help me?
Well, I mean, like, if you can help somebody, like, so my homegirl got in a wreck tonight, and I went and picked her up, and she's like, you know, like, why? I'm just like, I have the means.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's not.
And that's exactly what they said to me, too, is because, like,
if no one
as much as other people have
pay it forward, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I've always believed in that. And so it's like, there's been a lot of times where it's like, you know, I've ended up in a hole that I've needed Andrew or Finn or Chelsea to help me dig out of because I helped somebody else and it fucked me over. But the whole reason that I've got the friends that help me the way I do is because
you helped the people before.
Yeah, because you got to pay it back, and it's like in their way, it's like them getting no influence like downstream. And I hope that when I'm helping people, that, you know, I don't ever want them to pay me back. I want them to go help somebody else. And you know, the only sort of thanks I would ever hope for is that maybe they tell the person they're helping about me the way I'm telling you about, Andrew Finn and Chelsea, just being those people, being those fucking angels, man.
Dude, just be a good Can we all just agree not to be dicks? Like,
no. Clearly we can't.
No, there's a big clear line.
No, I'm saying don't be dicks, but clearly we as a group cannot.
No.
It all boils
There's
back
a
down
big
to the
clear
fact that we
line,
shouldn't be billionaires.
and putting shaving cream in your hand and slapping someone in the face and laughing about it, versus hating someone for something they can't help via sex, religion, creed, sexual preference, whatever. You can't help that.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be judged by that.
Dude,
unless you don't tip, fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you. If you
pieces
don't
of
tip,
shit. Like, I hate. Service industry will make you hate everyone like equally. Like,
yeah,
like,
for sure.
Oh God, it will.
Know who I don't hate though? Never had a problem with them as a customer. The Amish.
Shut the fuck.
Never had an Amish customer, but I'm sure they're fucking great, dude.
I'll trade you my bag of beans.
Are they magic beans? Can I go kill a giant at the top of a beanstalk? Because you got it. I'm in.
Because you got.
You can have my house. Look, I got these magic beans.
Take them. They're actually ecstasy. It's not the beans I wanted.
Where, straight up. We do the bus. When we do the bus. Where's the first place we're going?
You know what? Maybe we shouldn't even try to make a destination. Maybe the journey is a destination. We'll just go west.
Yeah.
Until we hit a water. Then we'll go south until we hit a water. Then, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, like, dude, like, the US 65K a year, I would travel and write and do everything I could to help the people.
Yeah, I'm super down for that. I've done a lot of community service. Some by choice, other by not.
Yeah.
And
Oh, wait, you're not talking about the 1,000 hours you had to do to graduate Catholic high school?
What?
Yeah, buddy.
Good
Or was it
God.
100? I don't know. It was a lot.
Yeah, same thing.
It was,
I think I was required 100.
Yeah, it was something like that.
But, like, I cheated. Sorry, Broughton High.
You went to Broughton?
Did you not know that?
Oh, wait, no, I did. I've given you shit for that.
Yeah.
Remember Gibbons and Broughton were supposed to be, like,
I
rivals?
know. I cheered for fucking Broughton.
You cheered? You were a cheerleader?
I was a queer leader.
That's
can
amazing.
I say that? I'm gonna have to
I
edit
don't
that.
know. I'm sitting here as the LGBTQ plus bartender. I don't know if I'm
Oh.
allowed to let you say that and still be a bartender at my bar.
So, I didn't really cheer.
You are allowed to call it the neighborhood, though.
The neighborhood.
Yeah, the warehouse district? Yeah.
I didn't really cheer. I just hung out with cheerleaders a lot, and I learned to tumble. And, like...
Like me with drama kids.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It wasn't my thing. I didn't want to put on spandex pants.
Oh, I wanted to, but my mom
I
wouldn't let me.
loved it, man. Got made fun of a little bit here and there. They're like, oh, you're hanging out with the cheerleaders. I'm like, yeah, I'm hanging out with all the hot girls at our school. Are you out of your mind? Like, you guys are jumping on each other. Like,
Yeah, but you can also be a thrower.
Yeah. way better than being a catcher.
Hey. I mean, but for $500 for 8 hours, it's
yeah,
whatever,
Jason Momoa is free.
Yeah.
Maybe I should make that a show.
Bro, like, you know what the thing is? Like, that's one thing where it's like, I kind of, like, really dislike how hot he is with the long-haired, scruffy look, because then it's like, it's like...
I think a lot of his camera angles. You don't think he's
Bro,
got...
that man could fucking crush a six-pack with his pecs. There's no camera angle that's like...
Yeah, you're right.
Like, let's be real. Like,
that's genetics, though.
Genetic? No, he just fucks like a champion. Like,
we don't know that.
He's been interviewed before. Yes, how did you get so in shape? He's like, I just fuck a lot, which I...
But he doesn't say what he fucks.
Doesn't matter.
Mountain lion?
So? Bro, if you're sitting there fucking a mountain lion, you have to look like that to be able to do it, because mountain lions are very discerning lovers. Bears, dude, you can go meet a bear at my bar. Like, come on now, that's not even a problem.
Do you ever wonder if, like, sex wasn't enjoyable if we chase it so much?
No, not at all.
You know what I mean?
We would never...
What if it's something we dread doing?
Let's be real. Let's be real. If sex didn't feel good, who would have sex? Sex is gross. It's smelly, sticky. It's always with somebody...
But the worst thing is, it's like whiskey. It's acquired taste. You know what I
No,
mean?
it's not an acquired taste. I knew the second my dick got wet, it was like, oh, this feels great. It doesn't matter if it's spit in my hand or if it's like the warm body of a willing lover. It's like, this feels great. But then, like, afterwards, like, you try, you go hop in the showers and, like, get, like, dick waft, and you're like, oh, fuck.
What is
I put
that?
my face in that? Like,
Cottage cheese?
oh, no, dude, if it smells like cottage cheese, get out. It doesn't matter.
I've learned.
Get out.
I've learned
Get out.
if it smells
If you
like
pull back the foreskin and it makes a sound, get the fuck out.
Velcro.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, it just sex organs are funny looking. You know what I mean? Like
They really are, though.
sometimes I grab my foreskin and I pretend it's like a big mouth bass. I'm like, like,
Dude,
you ever have to piss so bad?
Like,
You're like noodling.
Did you ever do it when you were a kid, taking a shit and like make your fucking dick look like a lion, like with like the head and the man and your balls with the feet, just like walking along the fucking toilet seat? It's like, yeah, rawr. Fucking roommate walks in. What the fuck are you doing? And it's like, why the fuck are you still in here? And it's like, I was gonna
can't stop looking.
fucking.
Finish it! I want to know what happens to Simba!
Did you draw whiskers on your head? Yeah. Oh, God.
Oh, God. I'm so glad you came on this, bro. We're either going to get banned from YouTube or fucking blow up tomorrow. Oh, goodness.
If not both.
Yeah.
Yo, if we get big on YouTube, can we, like, start beef with Jordan Peterson?
I don't know what I'd do if I actually got famous, because then I'd really have to watch everything I said and did.
That's why you just have me on, because I'm not actually part of it. I can just say whatever the fuck.
There's a weird thing, about... It's very, like, a lot of people don't like Trump. And, like, I'm indifferent about the whole thing. But, like, I will give him this. That man does not give a fuck what he says.
Yeah.
Not a fuck. You
Not
gotta
a fuck.
give him that. Like,
if you gotta give him something,
that,
sure.
People like be you, and he is being him. That man is like 90 years old. He's not 90. He's old, though. He's an old man. There's another guy, Charlie Sheen's like that. Doesn't give a fuck what he says. But there are other people that, like, say one thing wrong and then, like, make public apologies. You know what I mean? Like, I said some fucked up things and had to apologize. But for what this is worth, like, I
love being offensive, but I hate offending.
Yeah, no, like, that's shock humor. Tosh, beautiful shock humor.
Yo, if we're really gonna sit here and try and do something based on shock humor, let's give one up to Howard Stern. The fucking
Oh! Hashtag Howard Stern.
Not that I endorse everything he says. I just endorse the way he
but-
says it. Like, fuck, man.
The balls on that man.
The balls on that man. Fucking big old brass clackers.
God.
Especially, I mean, I was, he did an interview with Terry Gross on Fresh Air, I want to say like a month or two back. I was listening to it on NPR, and just like, listening to him talk. Like talking about talking. Not like just, it's Howard Stern. Like, say whatever. But like, listening to him talk to Terry Gross, and hearing his voice, in the same cadence and that droll Howard Stern way of saying things, but just, he's talking to fucking Terry Gross, arguably one of the best interviewers alive right now.
Yeah.
And, it was incredible listening to two of the best interviewers alive. Like, you got Terry Gross on one side and Howard Stern on the other, and just, like, listening to them talk about the art of talking.
Yeah.
It's like,
The gift of gabble is a fucking... You're born with it or not.
Dude, and it you're born with it or you're not, but it's like anything else.
You have to work at it.
Yeah, you can be born, like, fucking lanky and tall so you're good at swimming, but if you don't actually go fucking put in the laps, you're not gonna,
Yeah, then you're Gumby.
Yeah, it's like, oh, congrats, you could have been good at swimming.
Yeah.
And it goes back to, put in effort. Just, this.
Oh, wait. Alex Jones.
Fuck Alex Jones.
He has been right on things that no one... The freaking pedophile ring.
Everybody's been right about the pedophile ring.
Not Garden Grove. What's the fucking thing? The freaking thing where they... Skull and Bones shit. What the fuck he...
Yeah, it's Skull and Bones.
He blew that up. Dude, that man... He doesn't even fact check himself. He just...
But the thing is, like, that is something, you know, we got Carly here fact checking us on all this, and that's something where it's
Via
like,
Google, so I mean...
facts are facts, though, man. Like, there's no such thing as an alternative fact. That's called bullshit.
Yeah.
You know,
it's... Everything is very black and white, regardless if people want to think there's a gray area. You know what I mean?
there is an absolute truth.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, there is an absolute truth.
Now, here's a fucked up thing. There is a wrong and a right, and there is a legal and an illegal, and sometimes those clash.
Yeah, sometimes.
Like
We're
a
watching
lot.
it right now, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the morally right thing to do right now is for you and I to say, fuck this podcast, grab our guns, go to the fucking border, and start busting out all these
No, that, you know...
people getting held in the concentration
You know what
camps.
kills me about that shit? Is just, like, no one owns Earth. No one owns Earth.
What kills me...
These are imaginary lines that we've made up.
What kills me about that shit, we live in a country that's been jacking itself off about us being the heroes for a war that was almost 100 goddamn years ago. We want to sit here and fucking spout off, never forget, never forget, never again, never again. Motherfucker, we're already past the fucking fifth step and never again. We've got concentration camps on the border.
It's crazy.
People
People
want
are
to
like,
argue about whether or not they're a concentration camp, and those people are missing the point. We have women and children and men who wanted to come to this country.
I agree.
To be Americans.
People are saying help.
Dying on bare concrete.
People are saying help, and everyone's saying, instead of how can we help, they're like, why? You know what I mean? Like, people are saying no. These people are saying help.
To you, we should have fucking empathy.
Like, it's insane. People are dying that don't need to die. There are kids in court.
There are people in cages.
I've never understood caging people, unless you're an animal. You know what I mean? And I even think...
And then that's the thing. And you know, I would go so far as to be cavalier and say, like, oh, but if you're an animal, put them down. But then the thing is, we have plenty of evidence of our institutionalized racist systems putting people down. So it's like, we're putting people in cages. We're putting people in cages for nonviolent offenses. We're putting people in cages for not even committing offenses. And then we're killing them.
Yeah. Well, all right. Here's a really fucked up thing, right? I am a big believer in killing a third of the population tomorrow. I know this sounds fucked up, but hear me out.
I got a list.
Yeah. Easter Bunny. Like,
Everybody already got.
If you're a child molester, and I'm not saying that you're like 65 and she's 21, I'm saying that you're like, we'll even say you're 21 and she's 11. You know what I mean? Or anything, 15's even arguable, but you're a fucked person, dude.
Yeah.
I've never looked at a child and been like,
ooh.
Never in my life have I ever done that.
And you know what? And actually, and that's something that's actually something that we don't.
And they want to hop on this game like there's something mentally wrong with you. It's like, no, dude, you have to die.
So, and
like,
here's
that's
the thing.
it.
You know what? And actually, man, like,
and people that torture,
completely agree with you, but also it's like there are some people out there, and I guess maybe.
What if you had a daughter?
I know. What if I?
Yeah.
Well, you know what the thing is? You know what the thing is? That's something that's crazy. And when it comes to that, when it comes to pedophilia, there are actually like people on the internet that are looking for support because they recognize.
I'm not saying think about it. I'm thinking that you've done it.
But no, exactly.
How many times do you think about robbing a bank? Most of your life?
Yeah.
But have you done it?
No,
you know?
exactly. Not conflating the two. Like, I hope that you don't think about fucking children as much as you think about robbing a bank, but
just you.
Oh, baby. I'll call you daddy if you want.
You call me Jason Momoa.
Hey man, you do it right and I'll need a diaper. But you know, so even for those people, it's like, and especially it's like if you're that sort of monster that went out and fucked a kid.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know, there's actually
in my mind you're dead.
You should be. Because there's a subset of the population that, unfortunately for them, are attracted to children.
Yeah.
There's an even smaller subset of that population that goes out and actually.
And what do you get? What do you get in jail? 6 months? You get DUI, you do a year in jail.
I mean, for that you better get life. Life in a fucking pound me in the ass federal prison.
Yeah.
Not that it's okay that our federal prison system is.
They're all fucking
about us.
yeah.
You know, prison rape is still rape. So let's actually, I take back my distasteful joke, but. You know, so it's like, especially for it's like somebody that like fucked a kid, but like, you know, it's like, yo, you can't tell me you can't help it because there are motherfuckers that are dealing with exactly what you're dealing with that
haven't done it. No, I agree. The other thing I don't agree with is abuse towards things that can't help it. Like if you're a 6'4" dude, 2 200 pounds and you're beating on your 110-pound wife. Fuck you, dude.
Or
your
if,
children.
You know, if you're a 6 foot tall, 200-pound Italian woman and you're beating the shit out of your 6-year-old son,
yeah,
you know, like
there's something wrong. Maybe not kill them, but like people that are, to me, animals. Every animal in the world has a right to be here, and I'm not saying dogs
except
and cats.
mosquitoes.
Yeah, fuck mosquitoes. But like if you're abusive to your dog, and I'm not saying you popped your dog on the nose for pissing the house, but I'm saying like you're that motherfucker that kicks your dog because you can. Like fuck you too, dude. Like there's something mentally wrong with you. Something happened. You have to go.
I mean, anybody that needs to hurt something
to get enjoyment
is just, you know, it's like...
And I understand there's something behind that, you know what I mean?
Like, yeah, exactly. But, I mean, that's the other thing, too. It's like you can only understand so much before it's like, no, you're still wrong.
Yeah, and you're going to tell me that you get to put in a mental hospital because you poop in your hand and rub it on your face? No, fuck you. Like,
just call that a Tuesday. You know.
Is it Tuesday yet? Because I guess it's a Sunday for me.
Hey, what are you doing in 48 hours? You trying to sync up for our rubber shit on our face?
Dude, I'm down for any kind of crazy kinky sex and whatever fucking, you know, vices you got.
$500 for 8 hours.
Yeah, well, I mean, can we do it like $250 for 3?
For you? First one's free, baby.
But like, my whole thing behind all this is like, what are we doing as a humanity? We're letting people die at a border, but we're not taking care of problems that exist, really.
We're dying.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. I mean, shit, I feel like this might be heavy to, like, get into, like, this late, but I don't... we're... Dude, like...
What are you talking about? This is when I get off of work?
Yeah, true. That's true, too. But, I mean, the apocalypse is happening, people. It's here. This is the 6th great extinction event in human history. Is that a cat? Oh, my God! I was so far away. I was just really enthusiastic. You're so cute. I want you to love me. I know you won't because you're a cat. But like, sorry, there was a cat.
No, there wasn't. I don't know what he's talking about. He's hallucinating. God, this is great shit. Oh,
sorry. I saw the hippo on the.
Yeah.
Thought it was a cat.
There's a cat.
What were we talking about? Like humanity dying, the Earth.
No, we're fucked, dude. Like I said, like people were saying help, and we're like, why? You know, like that's. Can you imagine? Put yourself in their shoes for one bit. You know. I don't know. If you want my opinion on how to fix the world, which probably no one does, but you're gonna hear
rich.
Eat the rich. Take police. You need to jack their pay up through the roof, and then you need to make it harder to become a police officer.
Yes.
You pay a cop $100,000 a year, but you make it impossible to become a cop. I promise you.
You gotta have like you have to have a 4-year degree and 6 months on the job training.
Yep, you need to be. I bet you there'll be less police brutality. People won't be afraid of the police.
Well, and I mean, you know, all respect to the good cops, but the fact that
Barney,
dude,
Barney,
hats
off to Barney,
Bob, fucking Eric,
everyone we've rolled with, that are police officers. I got a lot of love for y'all, man.
Yeah, and it's like, no, and they're the ones where it's like, I used to be like 100% fuck the police, but like it's like at the same time.
And then you meet the good ones.
And then you meet the good ones, but then at the same time, it's like, at the end of the day, you know, the phrase is still a few bad apples spoil the bunch.
Yeah. No,
it's not a few bad apples.
And then like, on top of that, you think it's cool to fight a cop? I promise you, more than one of them train. I train with quite a few. They will fuck you up. And the fact that all they did was choke you, you're lucky. They could have broke both your arms.
Oh, no, that's our white privilege speaking, because, yeah, if you look like us, you might not die trying to fight a cop, but...
Yeah,
just
that is true.
Yeah, like, straight
if you're
up,
a black dude, and
you know,
fucking
you know...
Which is a fuck thing anyways.
Quarter of a drop more melanin in either of our skin, and this is a different conversation.
Which is so fucked that we look at people's skin color, and that's how we judge them instantly. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah.
You're like, I don't judge you by what you fucking look like. The minute you start talking, though, you better believe, like, what's that freaking glycometer when you're looking for, like, uranium? Like, it starts ticking, like, you know what I mean? And if I feel like you're a good guy, you can say whatever the hell you want, you know what I mean?
It only takes one sentence for me to realize you're a retard. Yes, I used the R word. As somebody who was sent to special ed classes his entire life, it's like my N word if I was black. Wow, can we delete that in post? That's not going to fly. None of that is going to fly. I am sorry to all of my brothers. How do I dig myself out of this hole? I'm sorry.
Oh, I love you,
Oh
Brandon.
God, Lindsay, I hope you're not watching this and you don't hate me.
Lindsay's watching it.
Dude, Lindsay's another person that you should definitely interview. She's a special ed teacher. I've known her for about 10 years. She, I know her through being a regular at Ruckus, but she's somebody you should definitely talk to because I mean she's got some stories and not even like oh this day at work, but I mean just literally like. I guess that's one thing I love about working in bars is just the amount of people I've come across where it's like I wouldn't have even
thought you were this person. Yeah.
Yeah, or even that this type of person exists. Good and bad.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no.
I have met some crazy... What's the worst thing that you have ever seen working at the bar?
Physically or mentally?
Doesn't matter.
Oh, God, I got some.
No, boy, this...
I was
buckle up,
working...
this is going to be a wild 20 minutes.
I was working at this Asian restaurant. We won't say the name because I probably could get sued for this, too. And I saw this couple having a dinner, and they were arguing, and a home dude stood up and decked homegirl right in the... I mean, hit her like a man. She didn't even stand up. I don't even know if she was ready, if she's been hit like this before. I mean, just started in New York somewhere and ended in fucking, like, California. Like, I mean,
shit.
just bang! And knocked her literally from where you're sitting to, like, the wall. I mean, at 4 feet. Knocked her across the freaking booth. And, like, everyone then wanted to be a fucking hero. Yeah, fuck off, Captain Save a Hose.
Where the fuck were you?
Like, you know, where were you? You could have grabbed his arm. Like,
Yep.
like anyone could have recognized that was happening. I was probably 15 when this happened. I didn't know what to say. That got me. Then cops came, and then she was begging begging the cops not to take him to jail. That's made me so sick, like to my stomach. You know what I mean? Like, think about this. Like I said, like, think about having a daughter. If I had a daughter at like 21 years old, even if I'm 65 years old, turning in my fucking grave, I'd come right the fuck out of the grave, and I fucking swear to you, I would rip your testicles through your throat. Like that was one of the more disgusting things I've seen.
Yeah. And,
like, it wasn't even, like, a love tap. It wasn't... He hit her so hard. I'm surprised he didn't break her face. Saw that. I haven't physically seen someone, like, roofie somebody, but this girl, we've both...
At a company Christmas party. I got roofied at a company Christmas party once.
I got roofied on a boat. Wait, so, you know this chick. We won't say names. She worked with us. She got roofied. Starts with the A... We'll call her Amelia.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yep.
She got roofied, and by the dude. And when she came back to the bar to come get us, she was so far gone, it was insane. Like, you couldn't. Like, I've been drunk to the point where I don't remember things, and like, there's no way she was drunk. She was gone. She was absolutely gone, but still like coherent enough to move. And like, it was the guy that she went out with. She'd gone out with before, but she'd gone out with him the second date. I guess she wouldn't put out on the first. I think that was his way of, like, I'm going to hook up with this chick tonight. And, like, that one, I'd never seen that before. I'd never experienced it. And, like, that really made me sick to my stomach. I was like, wow, this shit really does happen. You know?
Yeah. Man, shit, I was trying to make a segue into something funny because the ones I was going to say are, like, not that...
I've also had a guy pull his dick out at a bar international.
I mean, you know, what's funny is, like, one thing, it's like, you know, I realize, like, the majority of the fights that I've been in, like, my 20s, which years past, I'm not sitting here, like, being like, oh, look how cool I am,
last week.
Fights. You know, but I mean, I'm more talking about, it's been that same shit, like, and that's, man, like, I don't even know how to segue into something funnier than this, but it's like, you know, it's fuck them. All of those dudes. It's like, you know, it's like, you know,
kill a third of the population tomorrow.
Yeah. If you have ever raped or thought about raping somebody, just kill them.
Yeah, you're done. You're just done. You don't need you around.
You know, but I guess I'm gonna have to come back to it later because I want to tell funny stories about the worst things I've ever seen in bars. But you kind of just took a shit all over.
Oh my bad! You asked me,
damn.
Dude. I will tell you.
I meant like worst thing, like in a comedic sense. Like my worst thing that I have ever seen in a bar, ever. 100% the worst thing that I've ever seen in a goddamn bar. It happened this year. It happened at the Morgan Street Food Hall. It's a Thursday afternoon, 7:30. Sun's still up. and there's a guy and a girl at the end of the bar making out. And,
Yes.
like, the girl is, like, just 21. Like, she turned 21, like, a month before. Like, I checked her ID, like, 2 or 3 times, like, just trying to make sure. And then the dude was born in the 50s.
Yes.
So whatever math that is. And making out, like, they're most of the way to each other's ears. Just like fucking boa constrictors, distended jaws.
Still talking.
Yeah, you've seen it. You've seen
Yeah.
it. Yeah. And dude gets up to take a piss, and the chick looks at me, and she's all like, "You probably think we're so trashy." And I'm like, you know, it's like
Yeah, that's what it is.
7:30 on a Thursday. You're not trashier than anybody else making out at the bar. It's like, well, whatever. I'm just so tired of everybody giving us shit everywhere we go because he used to be my stepdad.
Shut up!
Hand on the fucking something I give a shit about truth. Like, and like, I just look at that and I'm like,
Damn!
and I'm sitting here thinking, it's like, dude, I gotta get till 10 o'clock tonight, and I'm done. I'm done. At this point, like, you just gotta go chain smoke an entire pack of cigarettes, because you're like, because the worst part about that is like, you know that wasn't always legal. Like, that shit started when you still could have called the cops and been like, hey, baby girl, like, you don't need to spend your 30s getting over your 20s.
When
like,
did you think it started, though? You think it started when
when
they were like...
And she step, not trying to cast aspersions upon the character of the 67-year-old
This is
man
100%
making out
a
with his
joke
stepdaughter.
before I even continue going with this. Often in my life, I've wondered, I was like, maybe I can adopt a kid from, like, China or some shit.
As long as you don't have sex with them.
And then train them very well.
Not to have sex with you.
Yet. And then, you know, everyone else in their life, you might get, like, I heard dad and macaroni, but I am going to get a Nike shoe because my child worked in a sweat factory. Hold on. I have to pause. And we're back.
What a great ad break.
Brought to you by. We both had
Whoever
to
our
pee really bad.
sponsors were.
I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but we've definitely pushed through a couple beers. Brandon's a good drinking buddy. Brandon and I have spent many of the afternoons
I'm stealing another cigarette.
trying to figure out the world drinking beer.
Yeah, and you know what's funny is the more beer I drink, the more I feel like I understand, but the less I actually do.
You know what's crazy? Like, there are like so many different kinds of drunk people.
Dude, you know, so actually, and it's one of these things, especially because I don't know who might see this, when they might see it or whatever, but I'm actually I just did 60 days drying out.
Wow.
And that was the first, I
did 30.
Yeah, and you know, and I hate to say this, but it was one of the harder things I've ever done.
It is hard.
Like, honestly...
Especially when you work in a fucking industry
that wasn't the... Like, and it's like I'm sitting here, it's like I had quit smoking cigarettes for a year, and now I'm back, but that's what stress does to you. But, you know, the
and gray hair.
Yeah.
I have one or two.
But I mean, and the thing is, like, yeah, I'm drinking now, but like the one thing that definitely did happen in those 60 days is I've redefined my relationship to alcohol. Drinking used to be the thing that I did
to get drunk.
No. Drinking just used to be what I did. That was the activity.
Yeah.
Was drinking, and then whatever
when
else
you
we
stop
were doing
drinking, it's like
was the bonus activity. And now it's like I'm doing
we're going to
something
Lake to
else
get
with
drunk.
one of my best friends, but it's like and I'm drinking, but it's not like it was before, you know, where it used to be, and to anybody who sees this, to anybody that's struggling with addiction,
it's real,
or substance or anything like that. Shout out to Thomas Hilliard for helping me get sober for as long as he did and helping me redefine my relationship. He's a man I admire greatly. You know, for his personal... You know him, Thomas, Beer Garden Thomas.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, dude, he's been sober. I'm not sure if he's hit a year yet, but, you know, he's gotten really active in his AA group. I don't know if I'm breaking some AA rules, but I mean...
First rule about AA, we don't talk about
it. Right? But, you know, he's somebody... It's like... But he does. And it's something that, like, thank God that he did, because if I hadn't done that 60 days when I did, and even now, like I said, it's like, you know.
Oh, you look at life so differently.
You do, because I hadn't realized just how central to my life.
There's so
just
many reasons
drinking
to
had
drink.
become.
You know what I mean? And there's only
None of them are really a good reason to drink.
Yeah.
But they're a good excuse for
Yeah.
why drinking is okay.
Well, the other thing is, like, I never, like, and that's bullshit. In the last 5 years of my life, I rarely drink crap beer. You know what I mean? I don't drink your common beers. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even now, we're sitting here, we're, like, I mean, every beer that you've seen on here, maybe exception of one night of PBR.
Are we allowed to shout out who we've been drinking?
Oh, maybe.
Just shout out to Deep River, Highwire, and this incredible ashtray provided by New Belgium.
Hey, all North Carolina breweries, actually.
All of them are, hell yeah. Gotta be NC.
Yeah, gotta love it, man. I really enjoy beer, and I work at a place called Little City, and they make all their own beer there. And I fucking Daryl Wells, fucking
He's a
dude.
good guy.
I give you shit all the time, but your beer is phenomenal. And I don't know how you make rainbows come out of the cans when I pop them, but like you do. It's fire.
It's
I don't know what
baller
you do.
VFX budget.
And when you meet a brewer that makes good beer, it's like you got a talent. It's like finding a masseuse.
When you meet anybody who does anything well,
Yeah.
It's
Either it's beating spoons on your legs.
Spoon Man, save me! I fucking killed that.
But
Sorry.
that all goes back to fucking effort. Real effort.
Yeah, and you know it's crazy that we're having this conversation right now because I'm completely open with the fact that I've got mental health issues, and one of the things that I'm constantly dealing with is just some fucking deep dark depression.
Yeah.
Love it.
Depression and
Wouldn't
anger
trade
suck.
it for anything.
Oh, but it'll teach you so much.
Yeah,
man.
but it will. I mean, and there's times like
You get stuck in your head, huh? I get
Yeah.
stuck in mine too, dude. I think anyone would be lying if they said they didn't.
I wouldn't. You know what kind of scares me is that I run into a lot of people every day where I wonder. And I mean, yeah, I know everybody's going through their own shit.
Yeah.
Everybody's going through their own shit. Everybody is going through their own shit.
Oh yeah.
But, man, there's some people that just won't get the fuck out of their own way, and won't stop being mad at every other goddamn person about the fact that they themselves won't get out of their own fucking way.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to be that guy. I'm still that guy.
Oh, preach.
Like, I want to thank Amy and Lex for helping me just understand that I might be trapped in my own head, but that doesn't mean I'm stuck there. Or I might be stuck in my own head, but I'm
You're
not
not
trapped
trapped.
there. Yeah.
You know what got me a lot is like when like I lost a lot of friends when I was growing up, and I turned to alcohol and I thought it was like a way to cope, but then I realized I couldn't stop drinking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I've woken up on the floor of this shed once or twice in my life, bottle of Jack. You know what I mean? What even scares me more is like I've woken up on the floor of this shed not remembering the bottle of Jack. You know?
Dude. And when that happens, you sit there and you gotta wonder, like,
Who was I?
yeah.
You know, at that moment in time.
But even beyond, like, who was I? Why?
Yeah, why did I do that? And you feel like shit,
Yeah.
and you wonder why. You know why you feel like shit.
Yeah, and the one thing that, like, I loved, and like, I still do, like, because I don't drink the way I used to, and I'm only 3 days back to having a couple of beers every now and then, but, like, you know, like, if there's one common thread that I can trace throughout my 20s is that, like, the amount of times I've woken up and just beat the shit out of myself for an entire day over the stupid things I said or did the night before while I was drinking, and then to escape from that thought pattern, I go to the bar and drink.
Yeah.
It's like, what am I doing? Yeah.
I won't say that the worst decisions of my life were made through alcohol, but I'm definitely gonna say maybe not the best have. You know?
I'm gonna go ahead and say all the worst decisions I ever made were under the influence of
come
alcohol.
the fuck on. Yeah.
No, straight up. I mean, not counting teenager shit. Everybody made stupid mistakes when they were a teenager. I personally made the biggest mistake of my life as a teenager. I was 13, but
Wait, what'd you do? Now you got me curious.
yeah, not for this.
Not
one,
this
man.
podcast.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I guess I wonder.
What did you learn from it, though? You know,
Not until way later. Not
no,
until
it's
way
crazy.
later.
Thinking about
Yeah, no, and that's what burns me up. Like I live a life no regrets, but like
I prefer no regrets.
I was trying to emphasize the A, but I fucked it up. But like, and that's this is one of those, like, at the end of the day, like, who are you? Straight up, who are you? You're Joe.
Yeah.
Are you?
That's some Arya Stark shit right here. You're
No,
gonna beat me with a
it's not.
stick when I give the wrong answer.
No, I'm gonna go different than that. A different direction almost. But I mean, a similar vein. Like, you wear 1,000 faces in your life, but that's
No, yeah, you're right.
How many days do you live? Like 1,000 days is what, the better part of most of 3 years, if not a full 3 years. A little short.
375, right? 365.
Yeah.
365.
But and
We fucked up somewhere. I have to add an extra day.
yeah, but
Because no one can do fucking math. Great job, Mayans.
I think they were.
World didn't end in 2012. Fucking shocker.
It didn't.
Maybe. Maybe.
I don't know, man. I feel like the end started in 2012.
You know what kills me is like we're going to this new fucking era of like AI.
But real quick, because I want to go. At the end of the day, you can never unmake your mistakes. But how long do you have to carry them with you?
Yeah. You ever heard the nail in the fence? Like
Maybe, but I don't know about
like
that.
so you like picture life as a fence, and every time you fuck up, you put a nail and take a hammer and nail, put a nail in the fence, and then later on in life you go back and start undoing those nails, and then the holes will always be there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've used some pretty big nails in my time.
Fuck nails. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
These are spikes.
Yeah, railroad fucking spikes. Like, destroyed.
Oh, that was a cannonball.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Sorry, Mom.
There were points in my life, I'm pretty sure my mom was apologizing to everyone else. She's like, damn, sorry. This was my fuck up.
Yeah, lucky you.
Lucky you.
Yeah.
No, but I love my mom to death. Best woman in my life.
I love my mom to death, too, but I can never talk to her again.
Mm.
I mean, like, I'm talking about my biological mom, not Amy, who is the woman I call mom.
Yeah.
You know, Amy is a saint. My life is better every day for her having been in it. But, you know, and you know, that, too, like...
I don't think I've met this Amy. This is not going to be like a stepdad moment.
No, she was
where,
there.
like, you make out with you your mom on the end of the
she was
bar
there.
on Thursday.
She was there. You met her that night that you were both at the bar.
Okay.
But yeah, you were both. Neither of you remember it. I do.
God, you gotta love beer for that fucking reason right there.
It was the tequila.
But I mean, you just gotta do better. You know what I mean? Every day. If you try to do better than you did the day before.
Yeah.
I need to make it a
Go
motivation.
outside. Eat better.
Go
Stop
outside.
drinking for a while.
Yeah. Don't smoke cigarettes. Worst decision ever.
God damn it, dude. If there's one thing that I would... there's a couple things I would undo. But if there was one thing that only affected me that I would undo, it's cigarettes. Why the fuck did I start smoking cigarettes? I mean, besides the fact about how cool and sexy and virile they make me.
Oh,
know?
God.
Yeah.
Can't undo these bags under my eyes.
Yeah. Perpetual gorilla mouth around your fucking, like...
On that, thanks, guys. Thank you, Brandon. My man,
bro.
it's been great having you here. And we're out.